Hello and welcome to my stream. Tonight we'll be playing more of Digimon World after this long break of like 1 month or so. And like I was just telling Subaru, hi Subaru, how are you man? I will see how much can I remember about everything we have done so far in this game. This is not an easy game to play or even to complete the side quests. That's because we have been on this game for a long time, but I still don't want to give up on it. And even though this break probably made me forget some details, I also want to believe that I'll be able to get used to this game again. And I was telling Saburo that why shouldn't I bring my notes from my apartment here? It's because my notes are more about the map, the overworld, and then the side questing, but I still remember the only one side quest that we still haven't beaten, which was the one in Factorial City that has the Gardromon. Besides that, I think it's only the other three things we were working on, completing the cards, completing File City, and getting all of the Digimon and the attacks, right? So actually four things. So that's why I didn't bring my notes, but let's see how it goes. If I struggle, that's normal, but I do want to believe that with time I'll be able to get used to this game again. I do have a new strategy to try, and it's probably going to be risky, but I think that it could at least at some point work out. And that strategy is about not really like buffing my Digimon a lot, because I have noticed in the past streams of this game that we were really getting the same results every time. And there is something about this game that has conditions, right, for you to get one or another Digimon. And from the discussions with the chat and everything, it seems that I have been getting to so many conditions cleared or like so many conditions done that I was only getting the certain Digimon every freaking time, you know? So now I was thinking that maybe if I were not really going for like all of those attack points or defense points and everything, maybe I should like keep them at a lower rate or a lower level. Maybe I can start getting some other specific results instead of always getting Andromon, for example, or Leomon as well. So it is risky because maybe I will get Numemon, but it's something that I was thinking about trying. I will try not to really buff my Digimon too much, because if I do that, I feel like they will always give me the same result. And then maybe it's because there is like a priority for those conditions for you to get that one Digimon. So I will try not to really reach the point of clearing those conditions, or not all of them. So maybe it can vary the results a little bit. Anyway, let's see how it goes. I don't remember which Digimon I have, if I have a baby, if I have a notemate, if I need to go to the arena. I will see what's going on this game with you all. And before starting, I wanna also talk about something that I wanna test, because since we have been changing the setup in here and new location, new things, the new channel points and everything, there is something else that I also wanna test. Yesterday I was testing some redeems for the channel points. I included a new one that I taught today on the possible rewards for you to use the channel points, which are now called the ores. It is a save reminder. It's a simple one that I was thinking, oh yeah, maybe it's cool when somebody wants to remind me to save the game. You know, sometimes I can play the game a lot or chat a lot, and then I can get distracted, and then I'm not saving the game at all. It's useful. I think it's going to be useful, especially like after what happened yesterday. We got a power outage during Roller Coaster Tycoon, and then I lost my first save uh, progress, right? I lost my first progress on the game without saving it. So yes, I decided to add that as an option. I will keep on thinking on new possible rewards for the channel points. But there is something else that I also want to try, and I think it's going to be good for this one game, Digimon World. It is something that Twitch has that's about channel predictions, and for you to join that, it also uses the channel points, it seems. And it's basically a question, and just like the polls that we have been using sometimes, especially when I'm picking a new egg or something on this game, It's like a guessing, right? It's like a guessing game. And the question that I wanna put there on this prediction or this channel predictions thing is if I'm going to get a new Digimon today. I wanna see how many viewers or chatters in here will believe that I'll be able to get a new Digimon or not. And then I can leave that going on, like the that question, that prediction, and then we can see on the chat who picked like which possibility. Like we can see who believes in a new Digimon and who doesn't believe at all, and then has no hopes on me. And then by the end of the result, right after we get like a Digivolution up to Ultimate, although if we get a new champion, I think that counts as well, right? So the people that got it right, like, oh yes, I said you would get a new Digimon, they will also be the winners of this prediction. I don't know exactly how it works though, but I believe that people need to use some channel points to join it. Like they can kind of bet their channel points on that, and then by the end of the I don't know, the challenge, and after we get an answer, those points that were bet, uh, they are going to be rewarded to the people that guessed it right, and those that guessed it wrong will lose them. So anyway, maybe that's going to add some fun in here with like this crazy minigame or prediction minigame. So I will test that out. I'm going to set it up. I will probably give it like 2 hours because I don't know how fast I'll be able to get a new Digimon or not. So I will set like a timer in 2 hours or so. But I think I'll be able to finish it sooner in case it doesn't get to 2 hours, in case it happens sooner, you know? So let's test that out, let's see how it goes. Also, hi Meowser and Ultros, how are you guys doing? Hopefully everybody's having a great Sunday. Let me test this out. Let me start a new prediction. Okay. Wait, is the limit half an hour? Really, can't I put it like longer than half an hour? I'm pretty sure I will not be able to get like a new Digimon in just half an hour. But, well, I will try though, but with the chatting and everything, I hardly think it's going to do it. But just for fun, I will activate it anyway. So let me start writing it in here. But this timer should be longer. Hopefully Twitch changes that in the future, you know, but let's start it then. Hopefully it works. Okay, so now I started the prediction, and let's see if I can get a new Digimon or get an answer for that under half an hour. I love how it does show me the timer. So if I ever wanted to become a speedrunner, this could be the time, right? Even though I don't believe in myself about that. But yes, let's start the game and see what's left in here for us. You believe in me, Meowser? Thank you so much, man. Be sure to pick the option in there. Oh, I still have Vendromon, though. Did I get... Oh no, I did not get all of the tech attacks, right? Or actually mech attacks. Yes, I'm still missing one, but can Andromon try to learn it? Andromon can still learn it, right? He still has some brains left in there. You know what? Since this is our current challenge, let me just see... How old is he? He's at age 11, so I think he can survive for a little bit more. I will do this. I know I asked there if I'm going to get a new Digimon, but as I didn't know what was going on in the game, if I get a new attack, that will count as well, right? So if I can get a new attack under those 30 minutes in there, I think it will count as well. Nice to hear you're doing alright, Ultras. How did you like the Cathedral? It was epic. Could you get a second one though? But it was very great, man. And I loved the UFO at the station because it was not only the cathedral being launched to space, it was also a very cute UFO waiting for its time to rule the world, right? So congrats on your progress on actually progress, right? Congrats on your progress on Tetris. Yeah, right, 30 minutes is not a lot of time on this channel. Come on. We need hours in here. Now I'm a bit disappointed that I couldn't put like 2 hours for that. Anyway, let's start the brain training to see if he can learn his last attack. My soup turned out rather fantastic. I ate my mom's soup, right, just like yesterday. But the problem about eating soup is that if you don't eat a lot of soup at once, you won't feel satiated for the whole day. So just before starting today's stream, I was freaking starving. Because even though soup is delicious and it's very nutritious and everything, it may not keep you without feeling hungry for the whole day, you know? So what I did was that I ate some yogurt and I ate some jelly as well. I ate the cow's feet jelly. Do you remember that? Yes, in Brazil we have cow's feet jelly. It's like cow's feet protein jelly and it's artificial flavored. I ate one of that too, a box of that. And I can't wait for after the stream to go have a very good dinner because soup doesn't make me feel very satiated. Is that a picture of your mushroom soup? I will check it in a minute. It seems that Meowster said that I won't be able to get the new Digimon or maybe even a new attack. I mean, getting a new Digimon, it won't happen because under 30 minutes that's nothing. Unless I can really rush and then try to get a new champion. Man, this looks fantastic. So did you, like, did you grate the mushrooms? Because I was imagining before seeing this picture that the mushrooms would be like in bigger pieces. But now I believe the mushrooms are very grated, aren't they? That is a pretty cool looking Digimon. Yeah, this is Andromon. He's a very good Digimon in the anime. He's like he's like the kid's friend, right? He helps them. He's like not a villain. I didn't take picture of the bacon sandwiches because they were just basic looking. I did see your replies, Meowser. Yes, man. I saw those Kippe's pictures. Oh, is he going to poop in here? Yes, I need to remember myself that this game is all about Tamagotchi. So yeah, they can poop, they get hungry. You see, I already have forgotten that. I need to pay more attention to that. Yeah, you said that those Kippe pictures were from when you did them, right? I do have some Kippes in here with my parents, or in my parents' home, but they are like tiny ones and frozen. So they won't be tasting very great after we bake them, but it's better than nothing and still does a good job, you know? Especially if you eat them with ketchup. I love Kippes with ketchup. But yeah, here in Brazil you can buy many savory snacks like frozen, and then you just need to either put them in an oven or in a microwave. Or now as well on an air fryer. By the way, I'm having some frame drops, but I hope it's not a big deal. He looks like the Terminator, that's true. And Robocop as well. Ultras right there is a big Robocop fan. So Ultras was able to beat Word 9 level 5 in B mode. I actually don't know what's the difference between mode A or mode B on Tetris? Like, is there a big difference, or is it just like a... I don't even know how to imagine what's the difference. To me, everything is the same, kind of. But it was great to see that a lot of people got to your streams thanks to your Tetris playthrough. So you blended the soup. Okay, so everything was mixed, right? And then no bigger parts were there. You dried them for a few days, then you cut in half, and then you roasted the mushrooms. Then in a pot with then in a pot with saltine, onions, and butter, chicken broth, bay leaves, and thyme. Did you remember to remove the bay leaves, or did you also um, like blended it with the soup or in the soup? Because I remember you telling me that you had to remove the bay leaves, right? And then I told you that in here you can find bay leaf powder, and then you really don't need to worry about removing them later. So it's not super smooth. It still has some tiny bits and pieces throughout, but it looks fine. It looks fine. Like, it doesn't look like you will be getting a somewhat mid or big sized mushroom. Did he just dab after pooping? I did not notice it, but he's kind of doing that, right? I think that was like a 360 dab, if I can name it like that. I wonder if your ketchup is as sugary as ours. So I don't think so. If I had to pick like a flavor or like a taste to the ketchups in here, I wouldn't think that sugary or sweet would be the first thing to remember. I would say sour. Yeah, I would say that in general, ketchups in here are somewhat sour. Of course, it is a mix of sour and sweet, but I would think more as a sour ketchup than as a sweet ketchup. You can't eat ketchup because it is too sweet, so I can already say that I wouldn't like it. I'm not a big fan of very sweet things. So you did, that's the soup was good this time? Or that's why the soup was good this time? Type A, you keep playing until you crash on end, and it gets faster and faster and you collect the points. And then type B, you start with bits and pieces garbage on the screen already. And then 9 is fastest normal start, 5 is the tallest height of garbage, and you have to clear 25 lines to win. So they are very different game modes. And I'm more used to type A then. So far, no new attacks, which is sad because it's his last attack. It's actually the game's last attack if he can learn it. It was nice to have that channel right here, right? A lot of Tetris fans out there. You were just watching videos about a few people who came in because they are really champions? Yeah, some people were saying in there that, like, how don't you know somebody, right? Or and then you were like, I'm sorry because I'm like new to the Tetris universe or something. I just played this casually. Yeah, they were all saying like, oh, you are calling that person just like that dude. But yeah, it seems that you did get some important people on your chat. 19.5 is the hardest possible mode. I think 2 people on Earth have beaten it. Damn. Here's a random question, because as you were saying that Tetris can be that crazy hard, another game that can be very crazy hard is chess, right? And I know for sure that there are like artificial intelligences that play chess. I wonder if there are artificial intelligences that play Tetris. Do you know anything about that? It's just something that came to my mind right now. Like a computer playing Tetris, how would that be like? And we are almost completing the brain points and no attacks. So I'm starting to think that Meowser will get it right. No new attacks, no new Digimon. But hey, we can at least start fresh and new for the next Digimon, right? For the next cycle. You did bet like 5,000? I believe you were the only one betting though, so probably those points will return to you. I don't know what happens if like nobody goes um to the other option, and then like let's say you lose it, right? You get it wrong. I will not get those points. Like what happens to those points? Are they really lost? Nobody really gets them? That's kind of bad though. I think they should return to whoever bid them or used them. But I don't know, this is the first time I'm using that. I have seen it before though, but I was not sure how were the results like. So I don't think it would be too hard to program, but I know absolutely nothing about that stuff, so you could be wrong. Yes, by this rate, I imagine there should be artificial intelligences that play Tetris. But then I wonder, could those computers beat the levels we're saying? I figure with all the shit AI does today, I feel like Tetris won't be hard to do. Yeah, but then I wonder if the computers can be that great, you know? But I have no idea as well. And I believe this is my last shot. Yeah, we didn't get anything, which means I'll need another mech Digimon later to try getting this one attack. So now I don't have much to do with you, right, Andromon? It's either waiting for you to die or going to the arena, I guess. Let me go check the tournaments. So you had that for lunch, Ultras, but what about dinner? And also, Subaru and Meowser, what are you guys planning to have for dinner? Okay, I can't join those tournaments, but sometimes there are secret tournaments, right? Time restricted match for Digimon or Beastly Bloodline. Then we have the champion Digimon and the rookie Digimon. Is there any secret? It doesn't feel like. Okay, so I really don't know what to do with you right now, Andromon. Oh, Ultras picked the other option. Ultras believes that I'll be able to get something new here. Right now, Ultras, the odds are bad though, because I couldn't get the new attack. But I'll see if Andromon can die soon so I can restart a new cycle and see if I can get a new champion. It was an early dinner? Oh, okay, so you consider the soup a dinner already. Also, hi Stevie, how are you, man? It's been forever. I hope you have been alright. But I have other stuff I will noms on, like jalapeno chips. What's the brand you like again? I forgot the name, but I remember you telling me about that fantastic chips brand that you really like. I forgot how it's called. Oh yeah, Miss Vicky's, that's true, yeah. And then I remember, I think, I remember other people like checking the website you sent, and then it had like very unique and exclusive uh, flavors. Was it Emily? Maybe it was Emily. And then you made kinda everybody wanted to try it, or maybe Victor as well. I will stop feeding him because now I just want him to die. You had the blueberries, canary melons. You had that yesterday too, right? And then probably other crab hiding. I just wanted to make it fun for everyone. I'm sure to lose. Yeah, now I think you lose, man, but I appreciate that we'll be able to test it out, right? Soup and two big bacon tomato cheese sandwiches. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, if you don't eat something else besides soup, at least my body will be hungry soon. Because I love soup, but it doesn't make me feel satiated, or not that easily. Okay, so maybe I will just explore a little bit, try to get some mushrooms and happy mushrooms. Because I don't know if there is going to be a tournament for us to really join. I could check it again, right? I will check it again just in case. This arena is so glitchy and I can never figure it out that who knows, maybe there is a tournament that I can join and I will miss it. I'm the only person you have ever heard that use the word satiated. I do like that word. I understand it's not like maybe it's not like informal. It's very formal, but I do like to say it instead of saying like I'm full or something. But I should maybe get myself used to say to get full. Yeah, no changes in here. People also tell me all the time that sometimes I have a British English accent or like a American English accent, like because I use words that are more common in one version of English or on the other one. I mean, in the end, I have my Brazilian accent for sure, but sometimes I pronounce some words in a way that is more American or it's more British or something. And sometimes I use formal words like satiated. Someone bet against you? Yes, it was Ultras. I do like how the badges they look like, you know, that you can see who picked which option for for the results of the challenge. But sadly, I wish it could be longer because some missions they take long. I wonder why Twitch limited it to just 30 minutes. Come on. Imagine if they were like broadcasting a soccer game or something. People will not be able to get the results of a soccer game in 30 minutes. But I can imagine a lot of people watching that soccer game to guess who is going to win or something. I can imagine they will change that in the future. Or I haven't learned exactly how to use it. Maybe there is a way for it to make it longer, but I haven't learned how to do it. You just bet for fun knowing it's a loss. Yeah, yeah, and let's see how it happens, right? When the results are over or when everything is... Oh! I did not find the mushrooms I was looking for, but I just found this deluxe mushroom. Have I ever got one? Is this my first ever deluxe mushroom? I don't remember that. Yes, I really don't think I have ever found this before. It looks very crazy. Subaru, do you remember if I have ever found one of those? I don't think so. If I can gift points, I don't think I can. Gifting points is something that only those people that use the night... Wait, how is it called? Nightbot, right? Nightbot... Nightbot games or like Nightbot functions or options that can like have customized channel points going on in their channels, and then they can have control over the currencies. But as I'm using the, let's say, basic Twitch options for channel points, I don't have that much customization going on, right? I know in other channels you can use a command, yeah, because they use the Nightbot. For example, in Draco's channel. And maybe Scapluni? No, Scapluni uses Nightbot, but not for currencies, do he? Or does he? You know what, maybe he does as well. But surely Draco. Subber is saying maybe I was able to get it once, but I don't know what to do with it. Well, it just says that it boosts all of my stats, right? Or abilities. I think that happens in-game. It sounds like it's something that happens in battle, right? Although we use all of the other mushrooms outside battle. I still hate how this door kept me thinking about it for so long and it did nothing in the end. Just, of course, trolling me. That's this door purpose. Throughout this week I will see if I can see if it's possible for you to increase that time limit for the predictions. Subri is saying that the colors or the color of that name doesn't look like it's going to be a battle item. Oh, okay, so... Wait, but the colors, they are kinda crazy, right? Like, why is the rain plant green? Just like the omnipotent. Wait, omnipotent is a battle item? It is, actually. But this is not. Wait, it is as well? I didn't know the rain plant could heal my MPs. Never mind, so this is definitely not a battle item. So it's probably going to give me like stats, right? Attack, defense, speed, and everything. I wonder how many points I will get from that, but I will not use it on this cycle because it really feels like it's a very rare item, so let's save it for later. So because it is a new day, I will go check the arena again, and I will go get more meat. But right now I'm only waiting for Andromon to kinda die. So that's the Tetris video you watched. What was it about? Sabri is saying that pink it's only in battle item. If it is green, it can be used inside or outside of a battle. And if it is blue, you can only use it outside of battle. It was about the history of the hardest level being beaten and attempted. What is the game that has the hardest level? It was beaten by that some guy you mentioned today. Someone beating 985 Type B. Is it in the same Tetris game you were playing, or was it in a different one? And he was doing an evaluation of the hardest Type B levels, so no one was ever able to beat it. No one was ever able to beat it until he beat it, right? Then some guy tried it for 20 minutes, and he was the first person on Earth recorded to do that. Oh, it was in the same NES Tetris. Interesting. So one of the first ever Tetris games has the hardest Tetris level. Okay, we do have some options in here. Hey Pilot, how are you, man? Symphony number 41 was the last and longest symphony composed by Mozart. Also, in honor of 41 months, everyone should go listen to some Sum 41 today. Man, I unfortunately do not remember any of Sum 41 songs anymore, but I do remember watching their video clips back in the day on MTV with like Blink-182. I do remember Blink-182 songs though, and some other, let's say, punk rock bands, right? Although I gotta admit that even though like Green Day is one of the most famous and popular, let's say, punk rock bands out there, I have never been a big fan of them. Maybe one or another song I can enjoy listening to. We have the Rank S tournament? Oh, of course not, right? Of course not. Is there any secret in here? There is. But I have the rank A that I can join. I will try the rank A just for fun. But yes, I wish I could remember some 41 songs now. I do not remember any of them. But I have heard them before. It is so silly in the tutorial for predictions on Twitch, it shows a timer. Wait, what? Okay, so maybe I did something wrong in here, because yes, 40, not 40, 30 minutes is nothing. That's why I was thinking it was so crazy. Like I was saying, I need to learn how to put a greater time than that. Oh wait, further down it only says it can only be from 1 to 30 minutes. Come on. Maybe it is a partner versus affiliate thing that only partners can put greater times than that. If I have ever listened to the Anti-word, that sounds like a German band, so it's probably the Anti-word, right? I do not remember ever listening to them, but the name sounds a bit familiar. But I don't think I have heard them. By the way, it's the last minute for the predictions, so probably everybody is going to get Subaru's channel points, I think, right? Wait, did I say Subaru? No, Ultras. Everybody's going to get Ultras channel points because I can't really say that I did the goals I was planning to do. My band covered 2 Sum 41 songs. Can you give me the name of the most famous one? Wait a minute. Pilot also got in there in the predictions, and he also helped Ultras. So actually what's going to happen is that their points are probably going to go for Meowstar and Subaru. Also, you better find another Digimon because you have got over... Wait, what? Yeah, because you wanna bet now, right? Those 16k ores right in there. I do hope so. I was hoping that I could at least learn a new attack right now, but I couldn't. So wait, the time was over. Oh, I now can... Okay, let me do it then. Now I can give it the answer. Oh my god, look at these statistics. You guys are crazy. It's saying right here that people bid 21.7 thousand ores on yes versus 5,000 on no. And then we had 2 people on yes and 2 people on no. And what is this right here? Oh, it's like the odds. The odds are like 1. I'm not sure how to say this in English, but like 1 versus 1.23 for whoever said yes. And then in no, it's like 1. It's like you bid 1 ore for the chance to get 5.35 back, right? 5.35 ores back. It's the proportions. I'm not sure how to say they in English or them in English. Yeah, and we had the person that beat the most, which was Pilot. He placed there 16 point, actually 16,188 ores versus 5,000 ores from Meowser. And then we had 81% on the yes side versus 19% on the no side. But it was a payout, right? Or a payoff? Like it was a big win for side no. So there it goes. We couldn't get the answer, but now I wanna know how can I increase this timer if it's doable or not. But hey, at least we tested this mechanic or this feature. Thank you so much for everybody that joined it. By the way, Pilot, since you were not in here yesterday, we have a lot of new things going on now that I'm back. There are sound alerts as well if you check the channel points redemption screen or like the menu. But there is also on the description of the channel the place where the beat sound alerts are located at too. I think I forgot to mention that they were there as well in the description of the channel. So you have the channel points ones and the beats ones as well. And is there another other change? Oh yeah, there is the light effect that I can use in here. I have like a multicolored light behind me that I can try changing the color of my background if somebody wants me to do that. So yeah, basically now I just came up with some uses for those channel points that people were only using to just unlock the emotes. Now at least we have some other funny things to do as well, right? Let me wait. Let me catch up, right? Catch up with the chat. So Ultras was able to see some 41. It was actually his last concert, like the last concert he went to, with the Offspring, and enjoyed it for sure. It says later on it only goes to 30 minutes, so that's a bummer. I'll need to think on easier challenges or like faster challenges for us to go for, right? Maybe like we are going to start a boss fight and then I can ask everybody, am I going to win this boss fight or not? Maybe that could work, right? Actually, we could do that for this game's final boss. Yeah, it's probably going to happen in some days for now. I'm not planning to go there like today or something because I think that it's good for me to give some more time or some more streams until people realize that I'm back. And there were some people that were following my playthrough of this game, and even some people that are not really followers, so maybe they won't notice that I'm back that fast. So I'll wait like some 2 or 3 weeks, and then we can go there, beat the final boss, and finish the post game. Pilot still said that he missed the Offspring. I do remember some Offspring songs, but I never really been a big fan. But I do know some Offspring songs instead of not knowing the Sum 41 songs. He had to choose which stage to go to, and he went to the anti flag instead, which was not necessarily a bad thing though, because it's wonderful. I haven't heard of anti flag. They had a small 5 minutes of fame with a song like The Antwoord, and I don't remember what it was, but remember it everywhere for a little, then disappeared. Yeah, I think they were kind of one of those bands that they were not huge for a lot of time, right? I don't want to say they only had like one hit wonder because I think they have at least a couple songs that were somewhat famous. But yes, in my opinion at least, I don't think they really had a lot of time to shine or a lot of time under the spotlight. Cerberus saying that he doesn't think it's all of the points. I'm not sure how it happened. Like, how many points did you guys get from that? I don't know how the sharing of those channel points really happened. Wait, it wasn't about whether you would get one in the. Yes, no! That's the situation. I wanted to give it a longer time, but Twitch limited me under 30 minutes. So the chances for me to get something new on this game under 30 minutes were very little. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. But I was planning to give it like 2 hours. Oh my god, Meowstar got a lot of force. You saw the new point stuff? There we go. Oh no, Pilot 2! Oh my god, you used everything, man. I'm sure you will win some back in the future. I will also come up with new uh, predictions, and then hopefully you can also get some ores from other people if you get good predictions. And hey, Scap, what's up, man? How are you? I wish I could give you some. Yeah, I don't think Twitch allows that so far, at least. So, Sum 41 had many more hits in Canada. Were they Canadian? Around those days of Sum 41, or like back in the day that they were somewhat huge, the Canadian band, or actually singer that got huge in Brazil, she's still a big uh, hit in here, is Avril Lavigne, right? Me and my friends are crazy for her, actually. We always joke about, like, is Avril Lavigne coming to Brazil to Rock in Rio or something? And then sometimes there are people saying her name on Twitter, and then people are like hoping for her to really come to Rock in Rio. It's funny. Out of nowhere, in a regular afternoon, you check Twitter, and then suddenly Avril Lavigne is trending, and then it's people asking for her to come to Rock in Rio and stuff. So yeah, the Canadian singer that I remember and I think that was like very popular here back in the day was her, for sure. But it's been a while, right? It was like around 2005, 2006 that she was super popular. Together with, do you guys remember these bands? The Calling and Nickelback, of course. So I didn't know they were a Canadian band, Sum 41. I wasn't a big fan of Offspring either. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they were a little bit exaggerated, like sounding exaggerated to my taste. But Weird Al parodied them. I didn't know that. I think it multiplies based on the ratio. Oh yeah, the ratio is the thing that I was trying to say earlier. And how much you bid. Uh, I bet 5,000 and you got 26,000 and 700 back. Yeah, that's the conversion, right? Wait, your buddy is Avril Lavin's cousin? She was definitely big in there for a while, but then kind of went full pop rather than punk pop and faded out of the spotlight. But you know what's funny? Have you guys heard about Melissa? I think it's Melissa, her name. I don't remember if I brought this up before, but maybe. Do you guys know about Melissa, um, the supposed person that stole Avril Lavigne's spot? There is like a whole conspiracy about that. That Avril Lavigne is like dead, and the one we think today that's Avril Lavigne is actually Melissa. And it's so funny how that conspiracy got popular, and I don't know, people started supporting it. I believe those are the lines, or it goes around those lines, this conspiracy about Melissa. You have partied with Nickelback? Another friend worked at their recording studio? That's so crazy. You guys had so many musical experiences with so many bands as well, right? Like Ultras. Ultras have met so many bands too. The craziest thing I have done that I can remember regarding an international band, although I don't think they are that famous, but I still love them a lot, was that I was able to very small concert of this band called Beach Fossils. I love their music. They're like an indie rock, but their music is very, I don't know, nostalgic sounding, or it has a very good summer vibes as well on their music. I feel that. And they were playing in Rio on a Thursday night. So it was like a horrible day because people uh, would be getting busy to go to their concerts. On the next day they would need to go to work. I was working on that time, so I also had to worry about my next day of work. But I was like, no, it's Beach Fossils. I'm going there. I don't care. Because also, I don't think they have returned to Rio after that. Maybe they returned to Sao Paulo, I believe. But the craziest thing that happened to me was that because it was such a small event, like not many people were there, after it was over, the band was like walking in the middle of the crowd. And when we were like clapping and giving them congratulations for the concert and everything, I was somehow able to give a handshake to the guitarist of that band of the Beach Fossils. That was the best thing I have done regarding having contact with a musician from another country, I believe. And regarding Brazilian musicians, I can't remember of any sort of thing happening to me. Chad Kruger is an I can't say that. Egostic, egotistical, maybe that's the way. Egotistical. D-head. That's the singer, right? The main singer, the lead singer. See, I was never into her either. Another one, Weird Al parodied. How many people has Weird Al targeted then? I remember Eminem targeting some famous people as well, right? In his "Who's the Real Slim Shady" song. Even in the video clip, they had like a person impersonating Britney Spears or something. Avril was one of your teenage crushes. Yup, the last one. Oh, speaking of crushes, Pilot, I also told you on private message that I finally watched Hackers, one of my favorite 80s, or actually 90s, right? One of my favorite 90s movies. It's funny that when I wanted to watch it, like when we were starting this conversation about Hackers, I couldn't find it anywhere for me to watch. And then now that I'm here with my parents, I decided to go after it to see if I could find a place for me to watch. I found it so easily. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me that I had to wait this much to finally watch this movie this easily? But anyway, I rewatched it and then I saw that scene again that you told me that happened with Angelina Jolie, right? And yeah, it is very visible and it is right there. But that movie is much better um, than what I remember. Like, it's not perfect, of course, but I didn't remember the ending of it was that great. Especially because that actor, I hope I'm saying his name right, Matthew Lillard or Lillard, I'm never sure. But that actor plays such a crazy character that you kind of don't give him, let's say, anything, or you don't take him too seriously on that movie. But then by the end of the movie, he owns it. It's so good for you to see the character, surprising everything and everyone. So it was great for me to rewatch Hackers for sure. And even though it has aged, like especially the visual effects, in my opinion, they still look somewhat nice. Yeah, the especially the moments that they are like mixing up those math formulas and numbers and signs and showing the faces of the characters. I don't know, it gives me nostalgia, it makes me happy, or it made me very happy to see that. So Weird Al has targeted so many musicians. Man, I gotta say that I haven't heard a lot of his songs, but I know he's very well known for creating some, I don't know, let's say joke songs or like making fun of other songs. I know his songs are very crazy regarding what they are about. Like I know he goes on maybe criticizing other people or criticizing things on his songs, but I can't say that I have heard his songs that much. I know for sure I tried hearing at least one song once, but I can't remember. And half the time I like his shit better. And then Pilot has seen Weird Al live 2 times. You see, you guys have been to so many concerts. At this moment, I was actually thinking about this one of these days, right? Now that Daft Punk is over, rip Daft Punk, thank you for everything. The two bands that I can say today that I wish the most to see them live are Small Black, because my favorite music of this year so far has been Small Black's The Bridge, and weeks ago, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, they released their newest album, which was called Cheap Dreams. I'm loving that album so much, and it's crazy how they improved their music. Like, I used to like their music before this album, of course, but this album is like so much better. Like it's like they improved their song a lot, and I loved the whole album. Like, it was not one or two songs, I loved the whole thing. And before this album I used to only like a couple songs, you know. So thanks to this big hit on me regarding this new album of Small Black, I do now tell me to go after one of their concerts if I have the chance. But also there is an electronic band that I really like, it's called Classics. I would love to go to a Classics concert or party or something as well. So those are my two bands that I would love to see live at the moment, Classics and Small Black. Once when Pilot was like 12, it was his first arena concert. I do not remember which was the first concert I have been to, but I do remember my first rave party, which was Fatboy Slim's rave party in Rio. I have been to Fatboy Slim's rave parties 2 times, but sadly his second rave party was not that great like the first one I went to. But my first concert, I cannot remember. I can give you my favorite concert, which was Moby's concert that happened in 2010. Yeah, in 2010, 11 years ago. And again, just a couple years ago, in a much smaller venue, second row right by the center aisle, you had Al singing right over you a couple times. It was so good, he's amazing. That's another thing as well. I normally cannot, or I hardly get very close to the artist. Normally I stay a little bit far from them. First because concerts in Brazil are kind of crazy, like it gets too crowded, or like people uh, don't have a lot of space to, you know, move or dance or something. And I'm a person that likes to scream or sing together or to dance as well. So I like to have a somewhat good space for me to be enjoying the concert. But if I go very close to the artist, I will not have that space at all. I will just be surrounded by people and, you know, feel immobilized by them, because I won't be able to move my arms, move my legs, because I will be hitting other people. I don't want to feel uncomfortable like that. So I normally stay back and find a place in the back of the stage, or maybe farther from them, so I can have more freedom on what I'm doing on that concert. Or I stay like in the middle of the concert, you know. Maybe in the middle you can already get some free space in there. For example, when I was watching or seeing Tears for Fears in one of the Rock in Rio concerts, I stayed in the middle of the location. Oh, Scappa has been there 3 times to Al's show. Weird Al's main thing is parody songs. He doesn't really criticize anyone. He's such a positive person. Okay, so now you guys are giving me something, or you guys are giving me an information that I didn't know. I actually thought that he could be a jerk sometimes. I had that impression. Like maybe some people were not taking him seriously regarding his parodies or something, so no big deals were happening. But I kind of felt like he could uh, do some bad parodies sometimes regarding what he's saying in his songs. I had that impression. But no, he's a positive person then. So Scap has seen him once in a theater and twice at the fair, and he's a nice sport with other musicians and vice versa. That's great then, because he was able to find a balance between making parodies and still respecting the musicians, right? The other people. Except for Atlantic Records, because F Atlantic Records. What about you guys? Like, what are the bands or the concerts you'd like to go the most, like at present time? I'm also pointing out bands that I have never seen before, because being a Brazilian means that those bands will not come here every freaking time. So I kinda assume that if they are ever coming here, it's that day and it's never again. So yes, I kind of feel fulfilled, or I feel that I'm done about going to a concert of a band after I see them live once, because I imagine I will never be able to see them again another time. So that's why when I think about which concerts I would like to see the most at present time, I think on new bands, because the ones I have been before, I assume they won't be returning that easily. But if I can consider bands that I have been to their concerts once or in the past, I could also put What Nothing back there because it's my favorite band. So yeah, What Nothing, Small Black, and Classics. Then those three would be my picks. One of my buddies used to be able to sing the entirety of Weird Al longest song. How long is it? Albuquerque. Insane song in all of the best ways. Let me guess, is it like 15 minutes long? You still remember your first concert? I have no idea which one was my first concert, but definitely it was a Brazilian concert. But the oldest concert I can remember, but I don't think it was the first one. You guys will not know this singer. It's like a TV host. Actually, she's a TV host, but like she used to be huge towards the kids here in Brazil. She used to have like a lot of songs for kids, and her TV show was a kids show as well. She's called Shusha, and the day she came to my hometown actually was a day that stopped the whole location. Everybody of this city went to see her concert, um, and I remember going there as well with my family. But I can't say like I expect any of you to know her besides maybe Subaru, right? But I was a kid and my sister liked her more than me as well, and my sister was there with us. Maybe that's why I went, because everybody was going there for my sister, but then they brought me together. Also, hi X5, how are you, man? Okay, so the song was about 12 minutes, so never mind, I got it wrong. But I got close. I still remember my first concert was in a smaller venue. It was the Nylons. They are a Canadian a cappella group, best known for pop song covers. The Nylons, which give me examples of the pop songs they are covering. You know me, I love the orchestral game concerts. Man, I'm so glad that I was able to go to video games live. And the power metal bands you like. Here's a question though. I would say that here in Brazil it's more common for us to get anime related events, and when you head to one of those events they will probably have a band that will be covering anime music, but when I hear about, like, let's say nerdy slash geek events happening in other countries like in the US, what I hear the most are the video game related events, right? And then normally there are people playing video game music in them. Here in Brazil, it's kind of the opposite. In here, anime related events are bigger. So I wonder how's the anime related events there now? Because in here, you can assure if you head to one of those places, there will be a band singing and playing crazy songs of anime like Dragon Ball, Pokemon, Sailor Moon, Evangelion, Inuyasha, all of those animes. And sometimes they may have a band that will be covering video game songs as well. So when I went to the video games live concert, that was extremely special just because of that. Because I wouldn't say it's very common for the nerdy and geek events in here to really focus on video game music. They normally focus on anime music, which is also great, don't get me wrong. But I imagine video game music is way greater or like easier for you to go to a concert, even if it is of a band that covers the song, not like the official and real musician, like the real composer of the song. But yeah, in here, anime is kind of stronger than video games music, I would say. Wait, X5 knows Shusha? Of course you do, right? Maybe you could hear about her because you were from Argentina. Yeah, Shusha. I would say that Shusha's concert was my oldest concert that I remember. I'm not sure if it was the first, but definitely the oldest memory of a concert I have is when I had to her concert. That's funny you know her. I know she had some international fame, or like she did some work internationally speaking, but I never thought she would be any big, or at least not big as she was here. So I was assuming nobody would know her. Okay, so let me go back in here a little bit. I love the orchestral game concerts and the power metal bands. But when concerts come back, you are jumping right on a great Greta Van Fleet ticket. I can't say I have heard her music. I'm doing okay, nice to hear it, man. I played some Apex Legends. Oh, by the way, X5 reminded me and the other people that are on Discord this last week that Quiplash is for free right now on Steam. So escape in case you don't have that, or Pilot or anybody else watching this, go get Quiplash on Steam because it's for free up to tomorrow. So go get that for you because don't miss it out. He played some Apex Legends with his girlfriend and then played some COD World at War. Were you able to win at COD? I'm not sure how Apex Legends goes on, but I have watched some people playing COD before. So were you able to win? Older pop songs since the band started in 1978, stuff like the Turtles' Happy Together. I'm not sure about that band. Then also Sting's Na 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 Hey Hey Kiss Him Goodbye. Wait, I could swear that song was by Banana Rama or something? But I guess I'm wrong then. Or they were covering the Steam, right? And then you have the tokens, The Lion Sleeps Tonight. Oh wait, The Lion Sleeps Tonight is from the Lion King, isn't it? It's the Awim away, Awim away, Awim away, Awim away. It's that song, right? Does Fred Banner count as a concert? I mean, if it is a musician or a singer, I would say so. I wasn't counting that as a children's performer, but if that counts, it was your first. He now tours college pubs occasionally, so I hope to see him again. So Xuxa was really popular around Argentina? Your parents bought a poster of her? Oh my god. Xuxa is like a legend here in Brazil. But I also have to say that even though she was like the queen of the kids, like she was the most popular famous person towards kids in here, I gotta say that she's not only good news, you know, she's not only good things. There are even memes today that you can find on YouTube of how many times Shusha has been rough on kids, especially kids that were playing with other kids on her show or on her TV show. Yeah, those moments of Shusha are like her cursed past that she wants to forget. So yeah, even though she was like the queen of the kids, she's not like 100% a good person, you know. But in general, she's still like with a good image out there. I wonder if, I don't know, in Argentina people knew that Shusha had some problems, or like she was not the perfect famous person, you know. I haven't loaded Steam up since getting your Xbox Series X. Every time Pilot mentions his video games, I get confused because I always remember the days that he was telling me that, oh yes, I'm getting rid of all of my video games because I'm now going to, I don't know, only have my Wii U because I can play Xeno, I almost said Xenogears, Xenoblade, but now he's now mentioning an Xbox Series X, and I'm like, but do you have that? And then he also got a Switch. Let's see how long this takes to update. Wait, the Series X is the newest Xbox, isn't it? I wonder why have you preferred getting the newest Xbox instead of the PS5? So Apex Legends is a battle royale. It has teams of 3 and max players of 60. Okay, so it sounds a lot like COD. The COD you played the campaign. It's the old game, not the. Oh, okay, you played the campaign. It's not like the multiplayer with the same name, or you played it like with co-op mode, right? Instead of a battle royale. So Greta Van Fleet are all guys. You got into them because they started off sounding like your favorite band, Led Zeppelin. I believe I showed off their new record on your last stream. Oh yeah. Okay. I remember the record, and I even said that it looked like something Daft Punk would do. Yes. So I don't know how Greta Van Fleet, is that the name, or Van Fleet? Let me go back. Fleet. Greta Van Fleet. I don't know how they sound like, but I love the album cover of their recent album for sure. It looks beautiful. Let me go back in here again. The only one that you can co-op the campaign if you're not mistaken. Talking about concerts has me looking up when Power Man 5000 might tour again. I haven't heard of them. That's the only band I absolutely have to see before you die, and you are willing to fly somewhere to do it. Power Man 5000. I'm guessing they are a somewhat metal band. I actually didn't know about that because I was too young to remember. Yeah, Shusha has some polemic things going on. She's not like a perfect famous person. I actually think almost no famous person is perfect, right? So she does have some, let's say, bad stains on her throughout her life. Uh, I will also mention X5 that she even worked on porn movies. But yeah, like if somebody interviews her about that, she will of course avoid talking about it because she wants to keep the image of being the queen of the kids, right? Or not that much anymore because after she continued to have her TV shows, she actually tried to target teenagers to like watch her TV show or to hear to her music. And then now I think she kind of disappeared. She still gets to the news sometimes, especially on Twitter or social media, but it's never something huge. It's only, I don't know, something she said about a situation that's going on in the world. Like she expressed her opinion of something, but it's never something very big. But yeah, she did some crazy things throughout her life that she tries to hide it. By the way, I have no idea what I'm doing in the game right now, but I'm still waiting for Andromon to die. Yes, X5, I'm so sorry to destroy your childhood memories, but if you're curious about this, try finding videos on YouTube that talk about her history, that you see the dark side of Shusha. You know, it's like a documentary that has been released recently here in Brazil that I wanna watch. It's not about Shusha, but it's about another person that had a lot of trouble throughout her life and it's still having, or she's still having trouble. Britney Spears. Recently here in Brazil, there is a streaming service called Globoplay. They made and they released a Britney Spears documentary that will go through her career, like since when she was young, and I think she was in a TV show like from Disney or something. I don't know if it is called Disney Club or something like that, or the Mickey House actually. Until she like got older and then she had trouble with her father and her father was very possessive over her, like she couldn't have freedom to do what she wanted or to earn from what she was working on because of her father rights and stuff. So I'm really curious just to watch that documentary to get a whole scope of her life, you know, because when I was a kid I didn't used to be a big fan of her. My sister was though, but with time I started to like her songs and her music more. The same happened to other pop bands back in the day, like the Backstreet Boys, for example. The only image that I have from Xuxa is the kids' songs that she was from Brazil, and that she was from Brazil. Did she use it to sing her songs in Spanish? Maybe her career wasn't as up when you were born. There is also that, right? Yep, the pandemic made gaming way more of a thing, a way to actually do things with your friends that you haven't been able to see in a year and a half because of public health measures. I see, so you kind of changed your opinion from, let's say, a year ago, that instead of getting rid of your consoles, you kind of now want to, or you kind of want to keep them around so you can get over or through this time, right? The pandemic. So Xbox Series X is the newest Xbox. You find Microsoft is treating gamers much better than Sony. I can give Microsoft um, some thumbs up because of what they are doing towards the Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass. I think that it's working really great for whoever owns an Xbox console. I just don't like Xbox exclusive games. That's my only problem with them, I would say. Because I feel like most of things you wanna play on an Xbox, you can play on PC or on other console. But regarding their Game Pass, it's looking better and better. Much better than Sony this generation, and Game Pass is, yes, Game Pass is such a great deal. Sony has no exclusives that interest you. Well, I would say Persona, although you didn't like Persona 5 that much, but you were playing Persona... Was it 3? It was 3, right? You were playing Persona 3 and liking it more. Have you continued playing it though? But little by little Persona is stopping from being Sony exclusive, especially after they released Persona 4 Golden on Steam, and also more recently Persona 5 Scramble as well. And then also there are some Persona games on Nintendo Switch. but I need to see if they will be able to release their Persona main games on PC from now on, like Persona 6, and stop this exclusivity with Sony. But basically, Persona is the only franchise that um, makes me think about getting a PlayStation someday. Because besides Persona, nothing else really gets to me that much. Because most Final Fantasy games are out, Sony now, besides Final Fantasy VII Remake. I love Crash Bandicoot, but it's also out for other consoles. So is Spyro a game that I'm curious to play at some point? Yeah, it's Persona, the only franchise that's more like a Sony exclusive that I can think right now. I think she did an interview in an Argentinian show in 2019 and 20. Okay, so she's still big in Argentina then, if people still remember her like that. You may not like Greta Van Fleet's vocals if you didn't like... Yes, you didn't like Aerosmith, but Scap, there was one day that I heard an Aerosmith song that didn't sound like Aerosmith. And then I was like, okay, maybe I should listen more of their songs, because not every song of theirs sounds very exaggerated. Man, my English today is horrible. I'm so sorry for that, guys. But I blame my whole month without speaking in English. So my tongue is like getting used to the sounds again. But yes, like their most famous songs are very exaggerated sounding, in my opinion, because of the lead singer's vocals. But they have some other more, not too, let's say, exaggerated or like not too intense songs. They have some more normal songs, I would say it like that I didn't think they were bad. Maybe search for it later if you find it. Even though you're busy doing lots of stuff, save it for later then, like when you have more free time. Yeah, Scap also haven't gotten back to Persona 5. I can understand though, it's a very long game and we all get distracted from time to time, and then we focus on other things. For example, when am I going back to Twin Peaks? I still need to organize myself to go back to Twin Peaks. And then I was also talking to people yesterday about Netflix upcoming anime release, which will be JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And I heard other people saying that people normally get stuck when they are watching JoJo as well. Especially when things are kind of long for you to complete them, it's all normal for you to get stuck or to, get distracted and go do something else. Persona 3 Portable has been fun. Man, Persona 3 is so good. It's not perfect. There are like lots of flaws, because when I was watching not too long ago a person playing Persona 3 blind on YouTube, I was remembering the game and I was like, man, this right here could be better, it could have been better. Or at least in the other games they do it much better. But as it was their first time doing it, or changing the formula for the Persona games, I can kind of forgive them. But what I like the most about it is the atmosphere. The atmosphere and that soundtrack, it gets to me every freaking time. And then you're looking forward to play Persona 4 Golden. I want to play Persona 4 Golden 2 because I have only played the normal Persona 4, not the Golden version. Oh yes, they are releasing Shin Megami Tensei 5. They also are releasing a Devil Survivor game on Steam, but I don't know the name of it, that I also need to try playing at some point. One of these days I watched a little bit of a Shin Megami game, because I haven't watched any playthroughs of it, but Draco played it for 30 minutes. Somebody requested him to try playing one of the Shin Megami Tensei games, and it looked a lot like Persona regarding the dungeons, especially Persona 3. That it's like a maze and then you need to... It's actually a lot like many other old RPG games, right? That it's like a dungeon or a maze and then you keep on finding random encounters. And then I also saw a little bit of the battle system of that game. So I think I would like that game. Even if it's something a little bit simple, way more simple than how Persona games are, you know? At least in there they have a good image from her. In here as well, but we also know that she's not, let's say, 100% pure good, right? I wanna get the mushroom. Oh yes, Kina looks awesome. That's true, that game Kina for the PlayStation or for Sony, it looks great. It's funny that I normally don't mind Sony conferences or Sony upcoming releases, but I gotta say that in the past, Sony's State of Play conferences, I have been enjoying the games they are going to release or the games they are working on. And you know why I'm saying that? Because I don't know if it's just my impression, but I have been getting the impression that, at least for this new console of theirs, PS5, don't you think they have been working a lot on artistic looking games now? Because one thing that I used to hate a lot regarding Sony and Microsoft, in comparison to Nintendo, is that their games look too realistic, or like they don't have that fantasious looking or fantastic looking. They're like, I don't know, oh, it's a shooter that looks like reality with like people and blood and war and, you know, a very serious looking game. But from the past State of Play conferences of Sony, I have been noticing they are working on, I don't know, cartoonish looking games and fantastic looking games. And those graphics are somewhat more appealing to me than something that looks extremely realistic. I'm not saying that I would hate every realistic looking game, but it used to be one of my problems with their games in the past. Especially because they were all of genres that I don't like that much as well, like horror or FPS. But now I'm changing my mind towards not only PlayStation, but especially PlayStation, because I have been seeing a lot of fantastic looking art directions for those new games. For example, Kina. But then Scap wouldn't buy a PS5 right away for it. It's been expensive, plus there aren't many PS5s in stores, right? People have been buying it a lot, like they can't get to the demand. All of the Bethesda and ID Software games getting Game Pass is beyond an amazing deal. I heard that even EA games are getting there, right? To Game Pass or something. They also got EA games. I mean, EA games are not that great, but they have been working to add lots of different publishers to join the Game Pass. And then you're getting them at day one at no additional cost. You're so in. I'm waiting for the Spanish fan translation of Persona 4 Golden and Ace Attorney to play them again. Wait, are there people working on that? That sounds awesome, actually. X5, have you played The World Ends With You? Are you excited for the sequel? I gotta say that in the second trailer of the sequel they released recently, of course it made me hyped, but I have mixed feelings about something they revealed on it. So I don't know if I regret watching the trailer or not. Maybe I do regret watching the trailer. I think they gave us too much about what's coming up on the sequel. So I feel a little bad that I got somewhat spoiled on that. But I wonder if you also watched that trailer. Yes, the Great Ace Attorney, that's the name. I was mentioning it yesterday, but I didn't know the name of it. Yes, I'm very happy that we are getting it for PC because it means I'll be able to play too. Not only they are bringing to the West the exclusive Japanese Ace Attorney games, but also it's remade, so with better graphics, plus out on Steam as well. So I'm also happy for that. Cartoony games also age way better. Agreed. Like Zelda Wind Waker, it still looks great. While Twilight Princess not so much. Well, I still need to play Twilight Princess. But I'll be honest here about something. It's still today, even after I saw the trailer for the Skyward Sword Zelda game that's coming up for the Switch, the remake. I don't know. I still can't like those graphics that much, you know. I think it's the art style, even in the remake. So even you're there saying that Twilight Princess uh, may not have aged very well. I have a feeling I will like it more than Skyward Sword. But hey, at least now Skyward Sword will get proper um, gameplay, right? Or like proper game responses or controller responses. Thanks to the option for you to not play it with motion controls. So if you have Game Pass Ultimate, it includes EA Play. Okay, so the news I heard are real. You have been playing some of Star Wars games. One of these days people were telling me how great those Star Wars games are. And that even though I'm not a big Star Wars fan, I'm actually not a fan at all of Star Wars. They told me that I should play the games because the games are good, even if you are not a fan. Oh, by the way, Pilot, speaking games, of course, I wonder if you have given a shot or a try to the indie games I recommended you to try. Have you played Gunman Clive? And if you have you liked it? If you cared about sport games, it would be a bigger deal for you. Does EA have like great sport games? So Scap has been just glad that Sony backed away from pulling the PS3 and Vita stores. That's true. I saw those news as well. I'm also very happy that PlayStation has been giving away some very good games. If you go to their stay-at-home website or something, I think that's how the giveaway is being called, is stay at home or something. And recently they were giving away even Horizon Zero Dawn if you won a PS3. I did not get those games because I don't plan on getting a PlayStation console myself, but there was a very good bunch of games in there, or a good amount of games in there, plus Horizon Zero Dawn. So even though Sony doesn't have like a very good, let's say, Game Pass like Xbox, they are working on it, and you can still get some good games. Maybe not for free, but for a good deal, you know. Although these ones I said right now were for free, or I think they are still for free. You just need to go to their website and redeem them on your PS3 or something. it seems as well that people can get those games today, but only redeem them in the future when they finally get a PS3. You don't need to redeem them at the same time you are uh, registering your information on the website. But as I just said, I don't have a plan to buy or to get a PlayStation console, so I kinda skipped that giveaway. Scap has been playing Alundra after Earthbound. That's a game that many people tell me to check. And I'm very happy you have been enjoying Earthbound. You were saying that you haven't been playing Persona 5, but you also haven't been playing Earthbound. When are you back to it? Especially because I think you are going to get to the third city, right? I tried to play it on an emulator a lot of years ago, but it was so glitchy that I stepped back on playing it back then. Oh, you are talking about The World Ends With You? I was able to play it on an emulator without problems, but then I later bought the cartridge myself. Um, Fix Fi, and I might play Skyward Sword again. Do you mean Fix Fi because she's annoying? Because I do think she's annoying, right? And Ace Attorney's Spanish fan translation just ended the testing part of the patch, so they are now making the last touches to get it released. X5, show me that when it's done, because I have a friend that's like a big Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright fan as well, and I think he would like to hear those news. He can understand English, so he could play the games no problem, but I believe he would love to check a Spanish version of it as well. Maybe even replay the games in Spanish. So they are making the last touches to get it released. I did play a little bit of it. It was fun. Need to get back to that one again. I hope so, and I hope you get very surprised because I thought that game was. I won't say much. Yeah, play it and you get surprised as I did. But it's a very charming game. This melon is scary, juicy. Like I have had nothing like it. It feels artificial. Wait, because it's juicy, it feels artificial? Oh, you'll be back to it? You just haven't been streaming much in general outside of Wednesday. Yeah, man. You have a bad headspace, and it's bad headspace, but you're coming back from it, okay? Because I also gotta tell you that Earthbound is not a very short game. Or at least I do imagine you are going to take some time to beat it, especially if you explore and, you know, try to solve the puzzles and mysteries and things. Wait, where is the floppy? You see why at the beginning of the stream I was saying that we would need like 2 hours for us to get an outcome from Andromon or something? And now it's been almost 2 hours of stream and we still have Andromon results. So I was wrong, I need more hours. You were away from keyboard for a bit because you did a lot of cycling today. And your stomach is making you aware that it needs food. Man, I was very hungry before starting the stream because I had soup for lunch. Ultras also had soup for lunch, but his one is mushroom and mine was vegetable. And when I eat soup, I starve soon again, you know. It doesn't make me feel full or satiated. But before starting the stream, I ate some yogurt and cow's feet protein jelly. Because I do love cow's feet protein jelly. I'm sorry if that sounds disgusting, because it is. But it's something that I like eating here in Brazil. But what are you getting for dinner, Pilot? Well, Ace Attorney had a Spanish translation on the Nintendo DS. I cannot remember that, but it sounds right. but not on Steam or later releases past crossovers or Apollo Justice. By the way, X5, which one is your favorite? Which game is your favorite Ace Attorney game? Because my favorite is actually Apollo Justice. Even if it's like an unpopular opinion, I don't know, that game has something different going on, and I liked it and I respect it for that. But I can understand people that didn't get to that game that much. But it was really surprising to me. And then since that game, Apollo has been one of my favorite characters in the franchise. But sure thing, you link the page on Discord, alright, I appreciate it. So anyone who speaks Spanish can keep up to the news. Or Portuguese, because we can understand a lot of Spanish even if we didn't study Spanish. Um, every piece of melon you eat is like 3 large gulps of fluid. But melons are water, right? Like, I don't know the percentage, but it's definitely like 90% water or maybe more. You know, an information that I learned recently thanks to a game on my Nintendo 3DS? I'm talking about Crosswords 3D. I like to check that game like daily because they have this one thing that's called Word of the Day. And then sometimes they teach me new words and new vocabulary in English. But there was one day that they were saying that the word of the day was like the DNA or something, or gen, and they told me that or maybe the word was chromosome actually, I can't remember which one was, but it's about genetics. But they were saying that the genetic code of humans is like 99.9% the same, and what differs us all is the 0.1%. Can you believe that? We all have the genetic code like the same of 99.9%, but the difference is the 0.1. The 0.1% is what changes between us all. So I remember that information, and it keeps me thinking on how crazy life is or genetics is. Alright, pilot, go get some good dinner. You are only at Happy Happy Village. I need to go back to our VOD because Happy Happy Village is a very interesting place in that game. And it's one of the reasons why that game is not like as cheerful, or people might have the impression that Earthbound is this game it's good for kids, or like it can be bad or disturbing. Wait and see, right? And then Happy Village is a sign of that. So I like to see people like being shocked by such a thing being in that game. Like, what the heck? Oh, X5 linked that on Discord? I'll check that later. Not sure what I'm getting yet. You need to figure that out with the fiance. Our refrigerator died on Friday, so we need to order in tonight, maybe Domino's. I'm not surprised you are ordering Domino's. It's like your number one to go when you are ordering something. I got Burger King in here this week, and I made my mother addicted to Burger King because she has never had Burger King before. And now both my mother and my father, they like Burger King more than McDonald's. I still prefer McDonald's, but if you think about the prices, it's much better for you to buy or to order Burger King in here. My friend lived on top of a Domino's. I haven't played them in a long time, so I cannot tell for now. But if I have to pick one, I would choose the third game. Okay, that's actually not one of my favorites, but it is one of the Phoenix Wright games that go very deep on the lore, right? But it's not one of my favorites. That and the fifth game, Dual Destinies. Yeah, but sometimes you can get duds of a melon, and they can be less juicy, less sweet, and less ripe. That's a big 0.1%. I made virtually no progress in that last spot, really, man? That feels like my streams, actually. I got to the cave boss and died. Oh, yeah, the bosses, they are brutal. You gotta be very prepared. But now you have... I'm scared of saying something that you still haven't gotten or achieved on the game. But I do think you have gotten another party member, right? So at least you may have better chances now. I hope I'm not spoiling something. Um, you grind after stream, so the next time you won't die. Oh, you have had Burger King yesterday? What is this? Man, Burger King here in my city, it's been good. Or here in my hometown. My eating habits have been so subpar lately that Burger King sounds really good right now. But I think it's because I don't know. I have a theory that in the US, there are way better options than Burger King because there is a lot of variety of burger shops, right? Here in Brazil, we don't have that variety. So because we are more limited on our choices, we kind of get used to the choices we have. So even if Burger King sucks, because it's what we have, we got used to it and we start liking it. So maybe if we had other options like Wendy's, um, I know this is not going to be a burger place, but like Papa John's, some other locations or franchises or fast food places, maybe we would have more things to compare to what we are eating. But no, in here, if you want a burger from a fast food, it's either going to be Burger King, McDonald's, or a Brazilian fast food that I will never understand how people like that shit. That's called Bob's. Yeah, some crazy people, I don't know, maybe they were born without the feeling of taste. Yeah, that one Bob's is the worst. But those are the three ones that are the biggest in here. And yeah, it's either Burger King versus McDonald's to me. How many badges do I have in Digimon? I think 3 or 2. I have the fishing one, I have the time one, the one that you play the game for a lot of time. Oh, I only have 2 then. Yeah, it's the 10 years one and the 100 fish caught. That's kind of depressing, right? I wish I had more medals. I'm thinking that by the time I get the last mech attack, I will also earn a medal. I will go check the arena again, but I'm losing my hopes that there will be a rank S tournament for us. It's the same about KFC. Working in McDonald's made you dislike fast food places because of how they do the food, but the fried fries are 11 out of 10. Wait, can you reveal some fast food secrets in here? Like, what do they do with the food? And regarding KFC, we have KFC in Brazil, but as I don't like chicken, I have never been there. Um, yes, I was aiming for getting all of the attacks. I'm only missing one. We were trying to learn it today, but Andromon got all of his brains completed and no new attack. Man, he has 925 of defense? Out of nowhere, I also boosted his defense like crazy and without realizing. Which is good because it seems that when we start a new cycle, I don't remember the percentage, but a lot of those points are transferred to the next Digimon, right? So whoever I get next will have a lot of defense. Oh, I forgot I actually enrolled myself to join a tournament here. Let me just change his attacks. Yeah, this is the last one we need to learn. No, change the last one again. If I remember it right, this one sucks and Electric Cloud is the good one, but he can't use it. I don't know, let's try this one. So later today I believe he will join the rank 8 tournament. So there are no secrets in their food, but I remember the ingredients of all of the burgers that they had at the time, and I really don't like all of the shit they put on those burgers. But also the bad management and low salaries made you dislike them a lot too, but the chicken in McDonald's was really tasty unlike the burgers. I think that the chicken McNuggets from McDonald's, they do have a different taste from other chicken nuggets in my opinion. I can't really say why is that. I also can't say that I would prefer the McDonald's chicken nuggets over other chicken nuggets I have had, but they do have a different taste in my opinion. But that's my reference towards chicken because it's one of the few chicken things I can eat, or I like to eat. Chicken nuggets. If it is like the Mac chicken sandwich, I pass. So I can't really compare the taste of their chicken that much, but I can say that their chicken nuggets at least have a different taste than others for sure. But maybe it's because you like chicken too much. You need to try coxinha. Have you heard of coxinha X5? You would love coxinha then. But the burgers taste like cardboard. Okay, so thankfully I actually have never tried the Mac chicken. So I did good, right? I chose right to not try it. So KFC's better ingredients is not really much of a secret either. And their mashed potatoes are from powder. No, not the powdered potatoes or powdered pasta. Recently I heard of like microwaved pasta. That was kind of mind blowing to me. Like, really? Is that good? Yeah, the Mac nuggets are good, but I don't think I would pick them as my favorite chicken nuggets out there. You would rate them 7 out of 10. Coxinha, let me type it on the chat. Yeah, coxinha are probably the most famous Brazilian snack, like savory snack. And they are chicken. I mean, they can be of other things too that are now even sweet coxinhas of like chocolate or something. But the most traditional coxinha is a chicken snack. It's like um, a fried dough, and it's a dough made of potatoes with some grated chicken inside, and it gets some seasonings as well, right? Some spices as well. Actually, I can't say that I don't like coxinha. It's one of my chicken dishes exceptions. I don't like chicken, but it's something that I can see myself eating. Not that I'm crazy for it, but I can enjoy it still. But yes, it's like very big in here. If you head to a Brazilian birthday party, you see like lots of coxinhas, lots of them. Actually, it's funny that when I was returning home or returning to my hometown, when I went to my apartment on Friday to get my setup for me to be streaming and also the food that I had left in there, so it didn't get bad. I was in the road right with my father, and I was reading the billboards during the travel, and there was like one big billboard promoting this one road restaurant that focus on coxinhas. And then I was like, man, I should take a picture of this billboard to show the foreigners and the viewers of my streams to show them how is Brazil like, you know, instead of instead of having, I don't know, billboards of other things. No, there is like a huge billboard with like a coxinha, and then it is sliced in half, and then you can see the insides of the coxinha with the chicken. Yeah, this is Brazil, you know. I wanted to take a picture of that billboard to show people like this is Brazil. It's all about coxinhas. It's all about the fried snacks we have in here. Meowser was here earlier and he knows it because Meowser sent me pictures of quipes, another Brazilian snack that's actually my favorite. But then quipes are made out of ground beef. Yeah, quipes are fantastic. Yeah, Google coxinha, man. I'm sure you would like that. Is spaghettios, is that how those microwaved pastas are called? I don't know how to feel about that. But let's face it, there is no substitute for. Oh yeah, no, of course, real spaghetti is the way to go. X5, I'm telling you, you will love coxinha. It's like something that I can use the Twitch predictions at 100%. I go all in for that. You ask your girlfriend if her mom made a coxinha. Oh yeah, right. Didn't you tell me that your girlfriend's family was somewhat Brazilian? I know somebody was dating someone that had a Brazilian parent or something. Now I'm thinking it was you. If that's the case, she totally knows what's a coxinha. And if not, you can always look on YouTube, right? You can always find a recipe on YouTube. Here in Brazil, I'm blessed to be able to buy them frozen at least. Like, my parents have. I don't know if they still have coxinhas, but they had coxinhas like some days ago. But we totally still have some quipes, frozen quipes. So we just need to put them on trays and bake them, and then it's ready for us to eat. So her mother was Brazilian. There we go. She totally will know what's a coxinha, or hopefully she will also know how to make one. But then making coxinhas is more hard. Yeah, I for example don't know how to make it. I know it has something to do with potatoes because that's how the dough goes for. But I don't think it's going to be too hard. I think it's totally something doable anywhere in the world. Internet saving the day and making me want to have some coxinha. Go for it for sure, man. I'm telling you, you won't regret. Even if you need to do it yourself or with your girlfriend or something, go for it. And you know what? Maybe you can even find Brazilian places in there that could sell them. Maybe if you look on, I don't know, some apps that they list like restaurants in your city or near you, maybe you can find a Brazilian specialized place that sells Brazilian snacks. Here I have some apps that I always browse them looking for new different foods or new restaurants, and then I can find Mexican food, Indian food, Chinese food, you know, Middle Eastern food, all sorts of different food. And I imagine that could happen in other countries as well, like Argentina. Maybe if you check one of those apps that you can order online, and they also collect a lot of different restaurants in one place, there could be one local Brazilian place that could have coxinha and other things. Yes, right, Scap, it's really good. And I don't like chicken, and I'm saying it's really good. But I would still prefer eating chicken nuggets. Yeah, chicken nuggets is my favorite chicken dish or snack. But coxinha is very good too. So when is this tournament starting? X5, do you have Guarana Soda in there? I'm now curious to know which Brazilian things are there in Argentina. And I kinda love how when I think about Argentinian products, the one that always comes to my mind are the palitos de la selva. Because my Argentinian friend used to bring the palitos de la selva every time she went there, which is like candy. Since I live on the most commercial side of Buenos Aires, I think I can find a place. Yes, me too. Like, if there is a country that must have Brazilian restaurants, that country is Argentina, right? Don't worry, Meowser, I got them. And Meowser is right there to prove what I said about quipes, the other Brazilian snack that's my favorite. Quipes are fantastic. After you are done with coxinhas X5, go after quipes. I don't know that much about food, sadly. You are mostly homemade food only. But I mean, Brazilian food is like specific, right? I'm not surprised if you or anybody else don't know about or doesn't know about Brazilian food. Like, it's understandable. Like, you don't need to really understand about food um, to say that you don't know about Brazilian food. What I mean is that even if you were, let's say, an expert on food, I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't know about Brazilian food because it's so specific. Yeah, the palitos de la selva, right? They are god. I'm happy to hear they are also very popular in there, and I'm assuming they still exist. Like, it's still a big thing. Bont or bottled. Actually, it's bottled, right? Bottled. Speaking of bottled, when is this robot dying? Can you please bottom as well because I'm tired of you. I also remember having this talk before. Another cuisine that I don't think it gets enough attention is the Middle Eastern. Oh my god, how did you evade that Batamon? Man, much respect for this dead Batamon because I was imagining here, man, this Batamon is going to be destroyed. No, he evaded it like a pro. They still exist, in fact. This one Argentinian friend now has like the life, you know. She's now traveling around the world, but she stays mostly in Canada. If you check her Instagram, it's like a lot of beautiful pictures in Canada mostly. But she also traveled to some other South American and Central American countries. Man, she's living the life, pretty much. May I make a question, X5? But I don't know if you like will have a good answer for this. But it's because I'm now thinking about this Argentinian friend of mine, right? She used to struggle a lot when she first was studying here in Brazil because unfortunately the first school that her parents put her to study, in there people were kind of bullying her, and that made her to like not speak to people and made her extra timid and very introvert. And then after that experience they decided to change her to my school, and it took us a lot of time to be able to really communicate to her because she was like traumatized thanks to her other Brazilian school experience. But then I wonder, like, is bullying big in Argentina or something as well? Because maybe I don't know, people were like treating her super bad in the first school she was studying here, and I imagine that maybe the same can happen like if Brazilians go study in Argentina, you know. But yeah, she got really unlucky to get to that one bad school. But thankfully, after like a whole year studying in my school, we were able to befriend her. But like, it really happened on stages, and it's funny that by the end of our like uh, high school journey, she turned out to be one of my best friends. Yeah, she's living the dream. I swear to you. Her pictures are all about the mountains, the ocean, the lakes. She's trying to snowboard, skiing. And then I have this memory of like when she was super shy and timid and introvert, and today she's the opposite. Like she's a completely different person. Thank goodness. You know, a lot of cases of bullying from friends and own experiences. You know, one that got really bad. I'm so sorry to hear that. But is any of those cases about Brazilians? Probably not, right? I think it was a very specific situation that I was asking. But I swear to you, I don't know exactly what happened to her on the other school, but when she came to my school, she didn't talk to anybody. Like, her mouth was completely shut. And with time, there was only one person she was able to talk to. Like, she was only able to make like one friend. And then with more time, she was able to open up a bit more so we could like try to meet her, right? And then she did become one of my best friends. We are not like communicating or talking anymore today, thanks to distance, but I still communicate with her other best friends, and they do talk to her more commonly than me. The only time that I had a Brazilian classmate was in high school. Yes, I think she was the only Argentinian friend I can remember right now. I had a friend from Venezuela as well, and she was open to befriend the Brazilians much more or more easily than this Argentinian friend. But then I don't know, or I don't think the Venezuelan person had a bullying experience before, right? I can't believe Angel Mons is still alive though. And he loved that he was by our class, if you're not mistaken. Thank goodness. I can't wait to visit Argentina someday. Would you recommend me to go to Buenos Aires? Because I think I heard people saying that, I don't know, Buenos Aires may not have a lot for you to do and maybe it's a bit dangerous. Is that real? But I mean, I'm Brazilian, so I live with danger in here already, so I think that wouldn't be a big deal to me. But regarding things to do, is Buenos Aires a good place to go? Because my number one pick would be Bariloche, right? Or Bariloche. As I do need to see snow in my life, even if I hate it. The most common foreign people in public schools were from Peru and Bolivia. I can imagine that because since you all will speak Spanish, I think it's easier for people that already speak Spanish to move to another Spanish speaking country, right? Not that Portuguese and Spanish are that different, but it doesn't surprise me for you to say that. Just like how many Brazilians moved to Portugal. But that's funny, I don't see many Portugal people coming to Brazil. Maybe that's maybe that's because Brazil has way more problems than Portugal, right? But that's funny, I do not remember ever meeting a Portuguese people in Brazil. Not even a tourist. Every time I hear the Portuguese accent is because of internet or maybe a movie. But I have met people from other Portuguese speaking countries, like Angola, for example, an African country. But Portugal, I don't think I have met a Portuguese person. Which is now mind blowing to me. Like, I was able to live 32 years without meeting a Portuguese person in a country that speaks Portuguese. Well, pre-pandemic you had a lot of places to go. The Japanese garden, that sounds fantastic. X5, have you met, I don't know, a person from Spain or something? Have you ever met somebody from Spain? That garden is still open to this day and has been there for decades. Some places are dangerous, but if you know where to go, yeah, it's just like Rio then. Isn't there a location called? Correct me if I'm saying it wrong though. Uh, Casa Rosada or something? It's like the pink house. If I'm not mistaken, that's also another touristic spot in Buenos Aires, isn't it? You know what I miss doing right now? There is this show called... Oh, finally, let's go to the tournament. There is this show called The Amazing Race. I miss watching that show now. I'll need to see if I can find the episodes on YouTube. And then I remember seeing a little bit of Buenos Aires and some other locations when the contestants were traveling around the world trying to get to the first place in the Amazing Race. Casa Rosada, right? Yes, I remember that thanks to the Amazing Race. Basically, it's like the White House. I never been there though. That's funny you say that. There are a lot of people from Rio that they have never been to the Christ the Redeemer. They always say that you gotta have a tourist to be visiting you for they to go to the touristic locations. And you know what? Now that a friend of mine is moving to my apartment city, that's like 15-20 minutes from Rio, I will start asking him which locations in Rio has him been to before, and I'll see if we can come up with some plans to go to those touristic locations, especially the Sugarloaf because I love the Sugarloaf. It's my favorite place in Rio, and I haven't been there in a long time. Oh, you haven't been inside the building, I see. Yeah, but then if you go inside it, it's a more historical um, visit, or like not everybody likes, art and historical things or historical tours. So I can understand. Like I'm talking more about maybe natural locations that can be like easier for people to visit, or like people can be more easily interested on visiting them. But yes, like a lot of people actually wouldn't go for a museum ride or a museum visit, which is sad. But I can't also say that I haven't been that person once. I had to have, like many things in life actually, I have to have people that were into that universe, or like that were used to go to those places, museums, and check expositions, and I had to meet those people so they could introduce that word to me, and then after that I became a person or a fan of doing that activity. And I still remember my like first great or big museum exposition. It was an exposition that had art and work from MC Escher, which is maybe still today my favorite artist, like painter and sculptor, because many of his works are about optical illusions, and that's fantastic. And because of how mind-blowing that museum visit was, I kept on returning to the place to see or to check more expositions. The last one I have checked was an Egyptian exposition, so I have seen some mummies and some. They also had like a pyramid in there, but of course, it's not like the whole pyramid, but miniature. And that museum is one of also my favorite places in Rio. They always have fantastic expositions in there. I'm not canceling, I'm entering the tournament. So I can totally get, or I can totally see what you're saying. I think that unless you meet people that are into going to museums and visiting expositions and historical places, you won't go there yourself, or it's going to be something very difficult to happen. You lived in there your whole life and you don't know a lot of the touristic places. Yeah, that happens here in Rio too. Like people never go to the touristic places, even the natural ones, like Christ the Redeemer or even the Sugarloaf. Once again, they need to have like a tourist or somebody to like convince them to go there, which is kind of crazy to think. And another thing they think as well is that, oh, I live in here, I can go there anytime I want, and then that anytime never happens. Because they keep on postponing it because they are so used to live in Rio, and why not leave it for another day? But yes, after the pandemic, man, I hope you can explore more of Buenos Aires. You went into a lot of conventions though? And there is this big comic store that has piles and piles of manga to sell. Have you been watching any interesting anime lately? I have never been to the Niagara Falls. That's funny because it's one of the places I would love to visit the most if I ever go to either Canada or the US. That's going to hurt, by the way. You see, I'm dead. We just lost the rank A tournament in the first round to Piximon. And we had like almost max defenses, remember that? Who knows what the heck happening here? Maybe this is the true form of Piximon that everybody throughout this playthrough has been telling me about. Like, Piximon, be careful. Like, he's evil. He's like, you were lucky to beat him in your first try or something. Now I can imagine why people were telling me that. I did nothing, not even a scratch that pink fluff. And now I'm going back. I'm going back home to recycle my garbage, you know, to recycle Endermon. Because all that's left after that fight are scraps. Also, hi Gabriel, how are you, man? That's a strong fairy for sure, right? And I'm not even a dragon type. It's just an hour away from you, Ultras. Okay, now I feel bad for you never going to the Niagara Falls. I haven't watched any shows so far. Pikimon was stacked, do you mean that he was buffing? I missed that. You can stay at this hotel. What? I don't know how to feel about that. You know when something is out of place? That's an example of that. I understand why the hotel is there, but it doesn't fit. It looks like a Photoshop image. I wonder how much they have paid to the government or somebody to be able to build that hotel right there. It's such a big obstacle for, you know, nature in there. Oh no, he had like plus 600 in every stat, plus he was defending a lot too, right? All of my hits were blocked. Go to bed. If only he could have learned that last attack at least. You know what, I will go save the new item we found at least, or that's what we were able to do. To not say that everything was a loss, we got a new item that I don't think I have gotten before. It's the deluxe mushroom. Never mind, I do have one in there. Maybe it took me forever to find another one. So I'm going to check today's tournaments now, and who knows, maybe there is another shot for me to join a rank S. But I just lost a rank A tournament, so even if I can join one, will I win it? Probably not. He is almost dying. When I started the stream, he was 11 years old, so now he's probably 13. What? Well, how are you not dying in the next second? A J tournament? Top version 3. Sure. Yes? Whatever that is. But then can Andromont survive? He won't. Andromont, right? Andromont. Bottomed. But if we can hope for him to survive up to that tournament, that's going to be a new tournament. It wasn't as deluxe as you thought. But you gotta consider, I have been playing this game for like more than 200 hours for sure, right? Wait. Yeah, you see, I have been playing this game for 220 hours almost, and I only found 2 of those mushrooms, so it's still deluxe in my opinion. By the way, we need to remember about Remojamon, because Remojamon is looking for treasure. I think it's more the way that photo angle is, because realistically this is how the concrete jungle looks around the falls. He's not back. Wait. Oh, is this a view from the hotel? Also, I don't know how to feel about those boat rides right there. Part of me would be excited, but part of me would be freaking scared of like being in one of those boats and getting closer to the waterfalls. But Ultros, I swear to you, man, if you are an hour away from this place, after the pandemic, can you please go there for us? Because that's one of my most wanted places to visit for sure. But I do have one waterfall to go first, and it's in Brazil or also in Argentina because it's like the frontier between the two countries, actually the three countries, because Paraguay is also having a frontier in there with the other countries. It's the Iguazu Falls. It's my number one destination if I could travel today. So this is the only... Wait, this is the Canadian side only, right? Because I also know that there is a frontier between Canada and the US regarding these falls. But I'm imagining that all I'm seeing here is Canada, it's not the US. And you know what else? This is looking like it's for free for you to visit it. Because I can see like a lot of people on the bottom of the picture looking at the waterfalls, and it looks like it's like a big avenue. Like, I'm imagining it's for free for you to go there. Because if I head to the Iguazu Falls, I'm pretty sure it won't be for free. They probably will have like a charge or something for me to pay. For me to get to the waterfalls, you know. Sabri is saying maybe in the last time you played, he just have digivolved. Yeah, maybe that's what happened. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how you cannot get bored of tired of playing Digimon World after plus 200 hours. I'm also not gonna lie, I can't say that I'm having as much fun as in the beginning of this playthrough, but I think that I'll have my hopes refreshed when I do something new. And when we beat this game. But by beating this game, I mean fight the final boss. I'm just waiting for the perfect day for us to set this up, for us to go fight the final boss, because I think new things will happen after that that could help me to find more solutions to the side quests or like progress on them. But yes, regarding getting the same Digimon every time and not being able to learn the new attacks, it is depressing. But I also think there will be some boost injections by the time we go fight the final boss. You're like an hour from this other place too, or actually like 45? The lake, Bruce Peninsula Lake? And you prefer it? It looks less crowded as well, right? I will say this again because I don't think this is the first time you showed me this picture or this location. The first thing that comes to my mind when I'm seeing this picture is Chrono Cross. Not only because of the color of the water, but also because of the rock formations. This right here could be an inspiration for a Chrono Cross developer. Yes, I really want to go to the Cataratas del Iguaçu or Iguaçu Falls. There are a lot of views of the falls from public access. That's awesome. Because here, I'm pretty sure they will charge you. If there is a touristic destination that they can charge somebody, they will. That's also Brazil in a nutshell. And then there are pay attractions such as views from special areas. Yeah, the boat ride won't be for free for sure. I mean, it is possible for you to, for example, go to the Sugarloaf, my favorite place in Rio, without being charged or anything. But if you wanna go to the second, actually, let me explain this thoroughly, right? There are two mountains. The lowest one is actually called Urca, and the biggest one is the Sugarloaf. But when you see them, you kind of call everything the Sugarloaf. But for you to get to the lowest mountain, it's for free, or at least it's for free if you take the trail for it. And that's how I normally access it. But there is the lift that, of course, you need to pay for it, that can bring you to the first mountain or to the second one. And then the second one, you gotta use the lift. Either that or, I don't know, do some rock climbing. But then the rock climbing, I believe, will also give you an expense. But yeah, some places you can get to them without charge, but it's not as easy as like it looked like in that picture. In that picture, it looked like, oh yeah, let's go there by car and then let's park it in here and then look at it. It's the Niagara Falls. No, in here you need to like do the trail and get up there, and then if you're going down, you also need to go down the trail. It is a little bit more of a work. The same goes for the Christ the Redeemer. You can get very up there by taking a trail. That's a trail that I actually wanted to do in Rio, but unfortunately, time has passed by and I still haven't done it. I think it's a 3 hours long trail or something. Maybe someday with like new friends and people that could be interested on going for trails and things, I can have a chance on doing it. Or actually, some of the groups I sometimes see on Facebook, mostly Facebook, that it's like group of people that reunite and then they go on a location together or something. That's how I have been to the second highest place in Rio, believe it or not. I'm actually very proud of being able to do such a thing because I was pissing on my pants from fear, but I did that. It was like more than 1 kilometer high. It was freaking crazy, but thankfully everything was alright by the end of the day. But yes, like maybe after the pandemic, I can revisit those groups, and then maybe there are people like planning to go together to the Christ the Redeemer trail or something. I miss that a little bit. Yeah, it's 3 hours, but you know something, X5. Even though I'm not athletic or I'm I'm not fit, I can take long walks or I can walk a lot. I love to walk. But then, of course, on the next day, I'll be dead. Like, I'll be like trash. But yes, going for trails and walking is something that I really like, even if I'm not fit for that. You know what? I'm going to give you more magic points. The only time that I got out of Buenos Aires. Wait, are you kidding me? You have only been to Cordoba, but you only visit a couple of places for a week. I mean, there are many people also here in Brazil that I have met that they haven't traveled that much. But man, you should go somewhere else more often, or like more than just Cordoba. Um, but maybe it's easy for me to say that because most of my family live far from where I live. They live in the Northeast region. So that's a reason or a good reason for us to make an effort to travel there from time to time. And by taking that trip, we end up visiting many different places in the way or on the way. Like if I didn't have my family living that far, probably I wouldn't be able to have been to many different places in Brazil. But still, I hope you can travel more, even if it is for nearby places. There are nearby places in Rio that I still gotta go. For example, a city called Petropolis. It is a very historical city. It's up in the mountains, so it has a somewhat cold weather, much different than Rio's weather. And it's a very traditional city. Like you will see beautiful buildings and stuff. And it's super close to Rio. It's like an hour from Rio, but I have never been there. I want to go to Buenos Aires for a concert. The stadium concerts are definitely a must. There is only one big problem, sadly, it's money. X5, have you started investing, man? I don't know how are the investments in Argentina, but if they are any good, then try starting one or something. Because I think investing can change your life, not today, because it's like impossible for you to make a lot of money out of, out of nowhere or that quick. But definitely in some years, maybe like 7, 8, 10 years, and then your reality can be much different than today, and then you can do the things you always wanted to do. So again, I don't know how are the investments there, but if there is an advice I could give you is like look up for, I don't know, YouTube videos that can introduce you how they are, or like check some um, not banks, but I mean maybe some banks can have investment options, but I don't know if there is a different name for the places where you really invest, because here in Brazil there are different words for a bank and a place where you can invest. But definitely try opening up your mind towards that idea, because it did change my life, and I know Ultras is also investing, and I believe it's also changing his life. It's something I think everybody should look up on how to do or how to begin, because otherwise we'll always be like a slave for money, and it's going to be controlling us. So it's better for us to put our money, even if it's little, to work for us, and then little by little it's going to be multiplying, hopefully. And then even if it takes some time, it can give you more money health, or like financial health, or a better financial health than your reality today. Yeah, please do, because you see that also it's not that risky if you really check things up, like, oh, okay, I'm going to, I don't know, invest on stocks. If you really know the websites, if you really listen to many YouTube recommendations, and then you go to the websites to check, okay, this looks good, okay, I need to check this, looks good. It's not too risky, you know. Of course, don't put all of your money in there, there is also that, but give it a shot, like, it can transform your life somehow. But I can understand if the investments in Argentina, if they are somewhat weird, because unfortunately, from what I have been hearing, the economics in Argentina right now are in a downhill, right? But you know what? Maybe that's a good moment for you to start investing. Like, I started investing, or at least on better investment types, which means the not really the stock market, but something close to the REITs, real estate investment trusts in the US, but it's not the same thing, but it's close. I started that, which are more risky investments, and with the risk there comes as well more profit. When the pandemic started, like, we were getting the lockdown news, and countries were starting lockdowns, also Brazil, and the stock market went all crazy to the bottom. And then I was like, okay, I have checked, or I have planned myself to start doing this now. This is my moment, I'm taking a shot, let's go. And then with time the stock market started to recover, and it was the best thing I have done, like, to join the stock market when things were like a tragedy. That's the moment for you to buy stocks. Yeah, big ass downhill for sure, man. I think they were breaking records actually. Maybe not on the lowest spot, but definitely on the amount of times they had to freeze or to cool down the stock market negotiations. Because there is also that, if the stock market starts decreasing more than like 15 to 20% a day, they close the negotiations. They kind of give it a cool down timer so the negotiations can be reopened on the next day. And I think they had like a record or a lot of consecutive pauses on the stock market negotiations because of the pandemic. But then today it has recovered a lot already. It's still not how it was before, but it has recovered a lot. So if now the economical situation of Argentina is, I don't know, at some crisis, depending on the investment, it could be your opportunity actually. But of course, you gotta have some saved up money for that. But yes, I hope you can get interested on doing that. But also, once again, like I was telling you about visiting museums and art and things, the best that could happen to you is for you to get in touch with somebody that already does it, like a friend or meeting a person that loves to invest or something. To me, that's not how it really happened. But what keeps me motivated today for sure is now having friends that also do the same thing. But yes, when I started investing, I don't think I had a friend that was investing already, or I wasn't in touch with them talking about investments before, you know. Wait, will we be able to do this? Andromon, can you survive for 5 more seconds, please? Guys, I think we'll be able to join this. I need to heal him very fast though. And by the way, I'm getting so hungry now. Okay, he needs MPs. No, come on. You gotta get the MPs. I don't have many MP floppies though. I need to buy more on the next cycle. Okay, let's see what is this new tournament about. Hopefully we can win and then get a new reward. For Limit Up version 3 Digimon V3 Cup. Let's go. Okay, those enemies... Okay, never mind. We have Bakemon, Itimon. Is that Andromon? I think it's Andromon, right? Andromon is us. Okay, besides Itimon, I'm not very scared of this. Yeah, Andromon is us. I even forgot who we were. I think we got this. We just need to be careful. Why is my HP so low though? Okay, probably I was not training his HP. Or is this because I didn't heal him? I healed him, yeah. He has his max HP right now. Oh, it's probably because I focused on training his defenses, and if he has a lot of defenses, like, we are not getting damage at all right now, he wouldn't need a lot of HP, right? So that's what happened. But Andromon, you can't get poisoned. Poison is what can kill you. We just got poison, of course. Let's go for delete program. Not as big as the problem that we have had into anyone, where people got money actually robbed. That has happened in Brazil in the past as well. But it is bad, right? Having a contact that can help you into that really makes things easier. Try talking to some of your friends, like, see if you can learn that somebody, I don't know, gets interested on investing. Okay, X5, get something good to eat. Maybe he's tired. Wait, maybe he's tired, but which effect are you trying to say right now, Subaru? How is tiredness changing him right now? I couldn't see anything different other than having less HP than what I thought, although his bar was full when we joined the tournament. And I'm not surprised that the last enemy is Itimon. Hi Bookmark, how are you? You just got to a very whole new tournament right here. The V3 tournament, or the V3 Cup. I don't know if you will win, but I hope we do, because then we can finally see some new results, right? Let's go, let's win. So now it's Centauramon, let's go for more Megalospark. Thankfully we still have great defenses, as Centauramon's attack did not hurt us. But we need to be careful regarding the stats effects. But I do think we'll win. You know what I should have done? I should have started the predictions, right? Although, as I was rushing so much to not let Andromon to die before the tournament started, I could not think about starting the predictions, but this could have been a good moment for a prediction. I'm doing alright, I'm just feeling very hungry now, but it's because I had soup for lunch, and when you eat soup, you feel hungry very soon after that. Somebody's saying that I have less statuses than what I should. Okay, maybe that's what's going on, but I did not notice that he was tired. But we did train a little bit, right? So maybe he got tired. you always seem to miss these tournaments. We always try to join them, and either the the menu is screwed up and buggy and glitchy, and then I can never join the tournament that I want, or my Digimon dies right away when I'm joining the tournament. But today we are lucky here. We are finally completing it, and let's go. Itimon, don't surprise us in any sources or ways, because you can't win this. Please don't defend. Thank goodness we have defenses. But he does have defenses as well. Okay, this is not good. If only I could stun him. Yeah, this is not good at all, because if we count regarding the timer, or if we think about the timer, by the end of the fight, he will have more health than us, because he has way more HP than us. But the elite program needs a lot of time to be used. Pulse laser. Oh my god, this is not good. At least I'll be able to use my finisher. But I'm feeling not hopeful. Oh my god, no. Yeah, that's how we're losing this. I got the stun, but I will not be able to kill him in time. Yeah, this is so bad. Just because he had way more HP than us. That's not fair. So okay, now I know that having a lot of HP matters for this tournament. Because of the timer. But we still got a super recovery floppy. Yeah, but this sucks though. We were super close. I really believed we would win. But as I saw Itimon's 5000 HP, I mean, he's sleepy. Do you think that could be... No, it's not it, Subaru. It's not it. Andromon only had 3000 HP. It's not because of being tired. But hey, at least we had a shot, right? Normally we can't even try, so... It still counts, I think. And I know now that those special tournaments are not too bad. I know that I just got beaten up by Itimon, but it's also because my Andromon was not the perfect match for it. But yes, it's not that scary, like we were fighting Centauromon and Ogremon, those enemies are chill. That was looking so good. I know, I was thinking that we finally would win something new in here. Maybe a new evolutionary reward or a new item. Yeah, but then Itimon showed me that 5000 HP, I was like, I'm screwed here. If only my attacks were causing more damage, but they were not. We were causing the same damage on each other, like 100 something. But here's a new mystery though. How can Andromon survive for this long? This should be a medal, like to have a Digimon that can survive for more than, I don't know, 16 years. How is this happening? Look at that, age 16. Forever young, I wanna be forever young. Teach us, and Ramon, how do you do that? That would be great, but now our dreams are gone. This game is so brutal. Imagine if Andromon can live another day and then I can have another shot. I will go check it out, because who knows? As long as he is living, there is hope, right? At the end of the tunnel, at the bottom of the pit, there is hope. Andromon is forever young, right? Somebody really updated this guy. Oh, by the way, Bookmark, I don't know if you heard the news, but if you have Steam, be sure to go get Quiplash for free. As it is a draw, no, it's not the drawing game. The drawing game is Drawful, right? No, it's not the drawing game from Jackbox, but it's still a fun game to play with people and friends. It's for free up to tomorrow. So go get Quiplash for free on Steam, please. Yeah, let's see if he can survive for another one. Let's check it out. And you, Greymon, needs to help us too, to give us access to the tournaments that matter to us. No. Rank A... What is the rank K though? Top version 4. Okay, so we just tried the top version 3 Digimon. This one might be harder, right? Top version 4 maybe? Yeah, Bookmark, go get it. But now I was disappointed that it was not Drawful, because I think you would like to get Drawful more than this one, right? As you like to draw. But hey, it's still for free. Can't complain, right? No, I don't feel like going for the rank 8 tournament. Now I really want to restart the cycle. Should we head to the Dino Land so we can speed up time in there? We could also try going to Toyland and fighting the Toy Agumon as well to farm some money. Yeah, we can't complain about the free games, but I do hope they can give away Drawful as well. Although Epic Games has given away Drawful too. But then who knows when they are doing that again. I don't know, I think I will head to Toyland and have some fights in there, because maybe that's more important than just going to Dino Land, right? By the way, Bookmark, do you like the Ace Attorney games? I don't remember ever talking to you about them, but I have a feeling you would like those games. I was talking about them with X5 because this week Capcom announced that they are going to release the Great Ace Attorney games on the West, and we are very excited for it. Not only because it's the first time they are coming here, but also because it's a whole remake that's also going to be out on Steam. So I will be able to play it. But I don't remember you ever mentioning the Phoenix Wright games before, but I do think you would like them. I have a feeling you would like them. Actually, many people would like it because it's so good. Another person that still needs to play it is Scapluni. But then now Scapluni is busy with Earthbound and Persona 5, so that needs to wait a little bit. So who knows when is he dying, right? Oh wait, you love the games? You see, I had a feeling you would like them. Yeah, and a friend of mine that's like a big fan of the franchise, he has already said that to the Japanese people that have played it, this collection of The Great Ace Attorney is one of their favorite games. Like, it's one of the best in the franchise, which is interesting because they don't even have Phoenix, right, the main face of the franchise. But the Japanese that played it, they always say that it's like on the top of those released games so far, you know? So I'm excited, I'm very curious to check them out. I just don't know or don't remember when was the release date. But I hope we don't need to wait too much for them. Yeah, I need to go back to the anime. I remember watching only the first season of the anime. Oh, good call. I gotta still play Miles Edgeworth's Investigations. We could do that on stream someday. I have never played the Miles games, and Miles is actually one of my favorite characters. Him and Apollo. Have you also played the Phoenix Wright versus Professor Layton game? That's another character that I really like, Professor Layton. But sadly, they have completely changed the direction of the franchise because now they're going for I think his daughter, Catriel. I still haven't played the Catriel game, so I'm not sure how do they do it or how does it go. Wait, how does it goes? How does it go? No, maybe it's how does it go, right? Because I'm using does in there, even though this phrase sounds weird. So even though maybe they are still good games because it's still from the same franchise, I feel bad because it won't really have Professor Layton in them. But I love to play Professor Layton. The Toyland was okay. It's in the Misty Trees, and then I go left, right? Oh, you haven't seen the anime? Well, since you have already played the games, it's no problem for you to check the anime because it's basically kind of the same stories of the game, and you won't be spoiled, right? But if somebody that has never played the games before, I wouldn't tell them to go check the anime. Playing the games is much better. Professor Layton is fantastic bookmark. And I still hate myself for still not beating the fourth game. Not because I haven't tried it, but it's because every time I start playing it, I lose my save file. That happened at least 2 times. And it always happens when I'm also almost beating the game as well. I hate it. So then I need to think about replaying the whole thing again. It's so tiring to restart it. But yes, the fourth Professor Layton game is the one that I still don't know how it ends. Even after getting very close to the end though. But the crossover between Phoenix Wright and Professor Layton, that game is also great. Next time X5 is around, I need to ask him if he has played the Professor Layton games. Well, here we are taking down 3 enemies at once. I wanna believe that Andromon can do that. Why is it always doing that to me? I think it's the curse of like emulating games. But it's okay, at least I could experience something, right? And it is a somewhat hard game because some puzzles in the Professor Layton games are time demanding or brain cracking. Sometimes I can get stuck on on those puzzles, and then the need to replay them all. It sucks, but as I love Professor Layton, I still gotta do it. Man, I still can't believe the whole stream was all about Andromon. I'm really thinking that after he's finally dead, I will save the next cycle for next Sunday. Man, he's still alive. Bookmark, have you been playing something recently? Any interesting games? I know yesterday Yoda told me that he was playing Another World. I still need to go on Steam and add that to my wish list. And Subaru was playing some mobile games. I was playing some indie games on my 3DS in the past month. And some mobile games too, like Pokemon Go and Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, now I don't have MPs. I forgot to buy more MP floppies. But what I have been doing the most here is definitely watching some series, some animes, some movies. But maybe now that I decided that I'm staying for longer at my parents', I can slow down my, let's say, binging or my marathon of those series, movies, and animes because I'm not thinking about returning to my apartment anymore, right? Or at least not for now. Oh wait, is it another Eden? Yes, it's another Eden. Why did I think another world? Man, I don't have floppies anymore. Unless I use the rain plant, that will learn that it can heal my MPs. But I don't know if I really want to do that. Let's just defend and maybe wait for the next finisher. But you know what? This is all bad. Because if I'm going to fight the Toyagumon, I must have the MPs, right? What do you think? Should you really use one rain plant for this? Or I could use the Omnipotent. Maybe using the Omnipotent is better. Because it's a less rare item and maybe it's not as great as a rain plant, right? So you have been playing... Oh, you're playing Pokemon Shield! I miss playing Pokemon so much. I mean, besides Pokemon Go. Oh, you're thinking about starting Digimon? Digimon Cyber Sleuth? Is it going to be blind for you or are you replaying it? You got it remembering my streams of this game. A home world or another world is Chronicles. That's true. So we're saying that the biggest use of that plant is already done. I agree. It's the Vegemon, right? But don't you think it's better for me to use that against a crazy boss or something? As it's healing 1,000 MPs and HPs? Yes, I think that omnipotent is better. Unless it is a full heal. No, it was 1,500, so that's okay. But again, we'll probably only be able to beat like a couple toy Agumons. This won't be a very great grinding or bits farming. Which is understandable because you are going to die soon, right? Andromon, please do it. Is it now? The more you survive, Andromon, and the more I look at you from this angle, the more I start seeing you as a mummy and not as a robot. And if that's the case, you really are a zombie, right? That's why you're immortal, because you are actually a mummy, not a robot, not an android. Maybe you want the others to think you are an android, but in your core, you're a freaking corpse or dead corpse that can move. Oh, it is going to be blind for you, bookmark. I hope you can enjoy it. He'll live longer. I have mixed feelings about that. But I'm starting to think he will survive another day. I'm the bone of my sword still... Wait. I'm the bone of my sword, steel is my body, and fire is my blood. I have created over 1,000 blades. By the way, I went to the wrong place. 1,000 blades unknown to death, nor known to life. Have withstood pain to create many weapons, yet those hands will never hold anything. So as I pray, Unlimited Blade works. Isn't Unlimited Blade works like an anime, or am I crazy? And welcome back, what did you get for dinner? I know, he's like 16 years old. Since I'm here, I will not go to Toyland anymore. Why not? Freeze myself in Coldland. Right, let's stay in Coldland, let's say hi and Merry Christmas to Mojamon. Actually, is Yuki Darumon or Frigimon here still? He's not, but he left his baby in here. He does read mangas, can you see it? Who could imagine that Frigimon is actually an otaku? I don't remember noticing those mangas in there before. Oh, it is from Fate. Okay, so I got it right that it was from an anime. Man, it's been forever since I last watched a season of Fate. Today on Twitter, people were talking about Madoka Magica. Do you guys know Madoka Magica? I haven't watched that, it's actually on Netflix here in Brazil. A friend of mine recommended Madoka Magica to me. I can't say that I liked it that much or that I hated it that much. I thought it was just okay. It is definitely disturbing, although it has one of the best music themes for the opening ever. Like, the opening of it is fantastic, the music is great. But people were talking about it today because I think there is going to be a second movie that will continue the story or something. I normally don't check out movies of animes. I should change that on me though. But yeah, people today were crazy for Madoka Magica getting more plot, more story, and another movie. You had pasta for dinner? They are pretty different styles. Yes, it's going to be an RP. It's going to be more like turn-based RPG, right? You gotta have in mind that Cyber Sleuth was made for PSP, and as many PSP titles, they kind of forced the game to be longer. Frigimon is not in here anymore. Oh wait, in the city you mean File City, true. Yeah, he's normally in the restaurant, right? Madoka is great. Yes, I have watched it before. But maybe I should rewatch it because I feel like it didn't impact me that hard as it impacted a friend of mine that recommended it to me. So, you know, when you feel like maybe I'm missing something out that I didn't notice at first, and then maybe I could enjoy the show more if I gave it another shot. But I don't know, maybe I also started watching it with high expectations and then I don't know, I didn't get what I was thinking. And we don't have MPs again. But it's a good anime, like it is a very crazy story for sure. The music was composed by Yuki Kajiura. Madoka is a trap anime. Yes, right. Yeah, you may. It's just like Earthbound. Earthbound, such a cute game and game for kids. Wait and see, right? Yeah, Madoka is way disturbing. So there is no Frigimon in Frostland. But there are still some Mojamon in here, right? So you saw a snippet of the battles, it reminds you of the style of the DS games, you liked those as well, so you're sure you enjoyed it. I don't know if people have told me about the DS Digimon games. You know something that I need to do at some point? I need to test my computer and my streams to see if today, even though not much has changed since I started streaming to be honest, like the greatest change that has happened over these years is like I got a new webcam because before the previous one broke down, I haven't done any other changes, like I didn't upgrade the mic, I did not buy any parts to my computer. Maybe I replaced my controller, but I don't think that really counts. But what I'm saying is that I need to test and check if today my computer can handle some other games, you know, some more recent games from some other emulators like the Nintendo DS, but also GameCube. I want to see if I will be able to finally play Twilight Princess. I need to stop and check if today those emulators could run better on my computer while I'm streaming. Because it's been a long time since I test them. Maybe even PlayStation 2, because if that can work, I would be able to play Persona, or Persona 3 at least. I say Persona 3 at least because thanks to Pilot, I was gifted Persona 4. But yes, I'm now thinking that I should retest all of those emulators and see if they can handle, or if my computer can handle them. Because you know a game that I'm thinking a lot this week, that I miss playing a lot? Rhythm Heaven, but also Elite Beat Agents. Have you guys played Elite Beat Agents for the DS? The same friend that loves Phoenix Wright games that I was mentioning not long ago, he also introduced me to Elite Beat Agents. And this week, I was talking to another friend about... let me recap or restart this story, because here's how it really starts. During these days, I was playing some indie games on my 3DS. One of them is a rhythm game called Harmonite. It's actually by Game Freak. And I believe I'm actually close to beat it. It's a somewhat good game, but I would prefer playing Rhythm Heaven or Elite Beat Agents for rhythm games. I think those two are better than this one, but it's still fun. And then I was talking to this friend about playing Harmonite, And he answered me saying that he hasn't played many rhythm games. And then I told him, man, you are missing it out because Elite with Agents is fantastic, and Rhythm Heaven is a game that I hope that I can go back to it at some point. And after sending him some videos of those two games, I got nostalgic for especially Elite with Agents. I even searched on YouTube for more videos of the songs and the tracks they have on that game. And I found some people cosplaying and like covering the dance moves of the game. It was so good to see those videos. But also, I'm still thinking about beating Rhythm Heaven at some point. And if I can get my 3DS, not 3DS, my DS emulator to work on my stream, or at least work properly, man, I would love to play those games again. That will be really cool. Totally open the doors to even more options we would like to play for us, right? But also there are the long-awaited games that I need to play, like Twilight Princess. When I started the channel, I was playing a lot of Zelda games, and I was thinking about continuing those Zelda games, but then because I got to the GameCube game Twilight Princess, I was like, maybe my computer can't do it. And then I paused it, started playing other games, other franchises, and maybe now it's a good moment for me to give it another shot, you know, because a lot has changed even though I didn't upgrade my computer that much, besides the webcam. But I don't know what happens, but sometimes my computer, uh, maybe it gets updated or something. Sometimes it flows better on stream than before. For example, when we were playing Chrono Cross or even Xenogears, that both are PS1 games, I was using the same emulator, but I was having way more problems back in the day than now with Digimon, right? Like the game was maybe a little bit slow at some points or freezing a little bit. And Digimon has been running very smoothly. So yeah, sometimes I think that my computer could react differently to the emulators. If my old PC that couldn't run Star Wars Republic Commando but could run almost every single emulator at the time, then you can do it actually. Yeah, maybe it's also a matter of like getting the right plugins or I don't know, changing the configurations of the emulators as well. I'm now getting a flashback of when we were playing Bomberman 64 2, the second attack, some years ago, and how we managed to get to the final boss, and then the game decided to crash on us. Thank you for that game. I remember that my solution to it was just to change um, the video plugin of the emulator in order to complete that game. So sometimes I just need to change the small things or little things and the games will work better, you know. But then it's been forever since I was checking those things out. By the way, this fight will take forever, I'm running away. Yeah, sometimes it's not like my computer can't run it, it's more like it doesn't have the same, not the same, it doesn't have the right setup or config for you to play that one game. Let's go back to File City. But if I can ever make the DS games to work great in here, I love the DS so much. I will have a lot of games to play. And to replay as well. Speaking of DS, maybe this is a sign. Look at the antenna right there. I can only read DS in there. Yeah, maybe this is a sign that I should do that. You just checked my PC specs. Your last PC only had more RAM. Yes, I only have like 4,000, right? It's something like that. Like, not 4,000, sorry, 4 gigabytes. Considering what is this computer that I'm streaming right now, what it is, I think it's really doing a good job. Because this is not a gaming computer at any sort. It's actually a all-in-one computer. So basically, it tries to be a little bit of many different things. It's even a television, believe it or not. Even though I never used the TV mode of it. But yes, this computer has done much more than what I expected. Especially considering when its webcam was working and then now I'm using its mic. It's a built-in mic. And people from time to time always say that, man, the mic of your streams is good. And then I'm like, really? So, overall speaking, this computer is really good for what it is. Of course, it doesn't allow me to do everything I wanted, but if you go back to the first streams ever, you see how much has changed just because of like testing new setups or new configurations, installing new programs as well, or softwares. But the computer is the same since the beginning. It is holding up, I agree. Thankfully, also, I mostly play old games, so upgrading it hasn't been a big deal. Also because I skipped or missed many classic games, and then it means that I have years and years and years for me to be still playing those old games. Sometimes I play recent games too, but when a game doesn't work, I always have another one to replace it. There are games that I wanted to play, for example, the Stanley Parable, I Am Bread, and What Remains of Edith. I forgot the last name. Which, by the way, the person behind this game, What Remains of Edith Finch, right? Edith Finch. They are working on a new indie game as well. I remember watching the Nintendo Indie Worlds conference or video or direct of some sort, and they were presenting a new game by that studio. But yes, I tried playing those one games, and my computer couldn't do it. Maybe if I were not streaming, I could play them myself, like offline. I believe my computer could handle them offline, but what matters in here is that when you do both, like gaming and streaming, your computer can go crazy and it can't handle both at the same time. But let's see, maybe in the future I can give them another shot, or I can try getting a new computer. But I think I won't be getting a new computer anytime soon. Because for now, I'm doing what I recommended X5 to start studying, which is investments. Right now, every spare money I get, I put on investments. I'm building that up. And then maybe in some years I can start like use the profit from my investments into something that I want to buy, or something like that. So when I think about getting a new computer, I would rather use my money to invest more. Especially because, like we were saying, this one computer has been holding up. And the computer in my hands would probably last like 20 years. You are not wrong. Unless it gets so old that it gets fried and then it doesn't turn on anymore. But regarding like the amount of games I still gotta play, I agree with you. First day stonks. Yes, man. First day stonks. It's the priority. It's just like people that buy themselves a lot of things without money. You know? No, you gotta first take care of your financial health, and then you start doing and buying the things you really wish. So yes, I'm very like centered on doing my investments, and then it takes time, which is okay. With some years, I can start like thinking about maybe buying a new video game or buying a new computer or something like that. For now, I take care with what I have, and I'm glad of the things that I already have. But yes, I'm focused on focusing on my investments, or I'm really giving it the priority, which I think it's the best for me. First the stonks, then the stocks. I like that. Yes, unless it is like investment stocks, right? Then it could be first the stocks. But I get what you said. Is it age? No, it's still not age 17, but he is only waiting one, and he's still alive. Suggestions of what I should do? Because I also don't want to buy more MPs because or MP floppies because after I restart a cycle I can get a sale or an offer from the shop. So why buy it now if I can buy it better later? Andromon. But this is funny. Sometimes I kinda hope that my Digimon doesn't die, or at least the ultimate can survive for longer. And this game keeps on surprising me and giving me situations like this one, right? I know, right? I'm tired of Andromon. Subaru wants me to train him until he dies. Let's do that. Let's give him more HP because that's what he's lacking of. If he doesn't die in the next 8 minutes though, I will save it. I will save this for next weekend because I gotta go in 8 minutes or so. But I'm also curious to see if he can get to 17 years old. I'm actually hoping he can get to 17 years old. Because that's going to be like a new record. Wait, that's not HP. He will get to 17 years old. I'm starting to wonder if, I don't know, I glitched the game and then I got an immortal Digimon. Just for the screenshots. Look at this! Age 17! He can't get rusty. Part 64, Andromon is still alive. Man! If I wanna know what's the maximum age... Wait, there is one? It's probably 20, right? But I just don't understand how could this one Andromon survive for that long, because I can't say that I have been taking good care of him. It's much the opposite. I was like chatting. Who cares about the game? I was like... What if those two right there have been playing games with my heart? Like... They have been swapping their places, you know? Have you considered that? And then probably my Andromon, the original one, is already dead, but somebody put a second Andromon there for me. When, I don't know, we were sleeping. Now I don't know if my partner is my partner. If it is a copy or a replicant or a clone. Can I really trust you? He's back. Back with the goods, back with the bads. He's at least back. Hi Dremojamon, what did you get to us? Give me an omnipotent at least. Guys? What the heck is a torn tether? That sounds good. We did something, really? What? Oh no! But it's for Bakemon? Okay. Okay, for the first time in, I don't know, 52, 53, 50, who knows how many streams of this game, Dremojamon did something good. Not what I wanted, but finally a Digievolutionary item, right? Which means that it is possible. I really lost my hopes on you. This has been the impossible Digimon World stream. No, I picked the wrong option, but now it's too late, right? I did want the special course. But this is the impossible Digimon World stream, like, Dremojamon is doing good. We were able to join a new arena tournament that we could never join. Andromon never dies. It's like somebody hacked Digimon World, and now things are different. We're living in a parallel universe. Things look a lot like before, but you are not in the same location as before. And like me in real life, maybe that's what's happening. Maybe Digimon World has like a way to, I don't know, spy on the player's life. And then as they notice that I changed my life a little bit right now, they also change the games a little bit right now. What? Or am I playing Digimon World Randomizer? But yes, we are getting some slightly different results from before that are kinda interesting. I'm just waiting for those results to really help us out, but we'll see how this goes. So I did get it right. The maximum age that the Digimon can get in here is 20 years old. I'm not surprised. It sounds like a good number to give them for max, right? Like it's a round number. This is the Androcyotionmon. What is the meaning of tether? Because that's not a word in English that I'm used to. So when I read, how is it called? Torn tether or something? Yeah, torn tether. When I read that, I had no idea who could that be for. And then now it's Bakemon. So tether is probably that cloth. Is it another word for cloth? So that's why I was having some high hopes of getting something for a new Digimon, but it's Bakemon. It's the first time I hear that word as well, tether. And as it sounded so different to me, that's why I thought it could be a different Digimon as well. I was actually thinking on something mechanical. Is it too late for me to go for the tournaments? But in any case, I'll need to finish the stream very soon. Also because my stomach wants to eat. But even though we couldn't get everything we wanted to get today, I was able to remember the basics of this game at least. So hopefully, what is this? I can't even read the description. Wait, humanoid Digimon? This is perfect for us. So it is normally used to describe, but tether in itself is a term for very aged fabric or such. There is no eating, there is only Andromon. There is no eating. Look at yourself! 5 minutes ago you went somewhere to get your dinner. So there is eating. It must have eating in my place as well. And my boy Andromon is turning 18 right now. He can start to drink in some countries. Maybe start to drive in some countries as well. You are not a teenager anymore, you are an adult. You take care of your own life. Leave me alone. He's freaking 18 years old. If I have registered, I couldn't. They were giving me the bang, bang, bang. So yes, I tried, but no. Maybe today, who knows, it's a new glorious day with Andromon, Immortal, Mummymon. If you want Andromon, I can give you the Torn Tether, so you can use it like a cape. And you'll be the zombie hero with like a beautiful torn cape. We did it! We are entering the X freaking tournament. I am curious for that, so I will hang in there for a little bit more, but Andromon, you gotta survive now. Don't fail on us now. And I will need to, now I give up, I need to buy MP floppies. And I will train his HP. It's the X5 tournament. Only Digimon that starts with an X like me can join. Unimon, can you give us the Syrup of Eternity or Eternal Life? So we can survive at least for the tournament. That tournament is happening today, right? But please don't give me like Itimon again, because I'm pretty sure Itimon is a humanoid Digimon, isn't he? Itimon, maybe Centauromon. Who else is a Meramon? Digimon? Imagine if we fight it. Oh! There it is! Imagine if the final boss is Digimon actually. If the final boss is Digimon, I will give this game one of the best plot twists I have seen in my life. I'm not kidding. If I were behind the development of Digimon World, I would put Digimon as final boss because this would be just like the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon that the mass how I don't know how he's called in English, but the like good mentor guy was actually the evil guy as well. He was both at the same time. That's how games should be like with mind-blowing crazy plot twists. I have no idea. Do you guys remember which egg we had the better hopes to get something new? Maybe Betamon? Wasn't Betamon the blue egg? Wait, I'm saying Betamon but thinking on the wrong Digimon. I meant Elecmon. Elecmon is the blue egg, right? Oh, Snap's fighting Digimon. That would be freaking awesome, I'm not kidding. I said that as a joke, but now I wish this game could have that result. He didn't want to be an adult anymore, right, X5? That's so like, right in our feels, right? It's so spot on. It's the blue, right? The Elecmon. I will go for him. We could also try Patamon Angelmon again, but maybe before going for Angelmon once again, I should try to get more used on raising my Digimon. So for that, Elecmon's time. I mean, he was the Dungeon Master, yeah, and then the Dungeon Master is a guide of the players and also all of the villains. That's true, he controls it all, right? He's like the reality show creator, so he does whatever he wants. I did spoil Dungeons and Dragons, right? But I believe that everybody knows that already. Come on, at least in Brazil, everybody knows that already. I didn't used to watch that show and I know that already. But Saber is right, I did spoil that show. I'm keeping his name. You know what? They should bring that show back. They have been bringing back so many old cartoons and animes and everything. Has Shaman King already started, Gabriel? You were crazy for that, right? That they should bring that one back. But anyway, guys, I'm going to save it in here. That was indeed a very crazy ride with Andromon. Let's see if somebody else can ever live more than him. And once again, the weirdest was that I did nothing special to him. Like, I did not feed him a lot. I did not give him a lot of HP. I can't say he was the happiest one ever. I don't know, something happened in there that made that eternal life to become a thing. But anyway, it's dinner time to me, so thank you so much for stopping by. Digimon World is back on next Sunday, and on next Saturday, Roller Coaster Tycoon again. So I'm happy to be back. Thank you so much for coming to the streams again, and I hope to see you next time. Take care, have a good night, have a good week, and stay safe. Goodbye.